Our story begins on a rather normal day. It's a nice day out. It starts in the afternoon, close to the afternoon. And the first thing we will join with is following uh, a unique individual outside of their place of residence after sweeping some dirt and dust off the front of the building. But this shop that has two kind of obscured windows and leads into an office space, a waiting room, if you will. And then this metallic person, walks into the back of this building, hearing the sounds of working and tweaking with metal, the cranking of screws into place, as Otto enters into the back room of his home, the workshop portion.
Oh.
Otto,
That's
describe
me.
yourself.
What? What do you mean?
What do you look like?
Describe yourself. Describe your character.
A medium-sized gray robot. Is kind of skinny, and he's got a green apron on.
What's he doing?
I don't know, what is he doing?
Well, he's a broom in hand as he had just swept and cleaned the front porch of your workshop. Not your workshop, but your creator's workshop. And your creator is there in the back working at her desk on a mechanical limb. She is kind of absorbed in it. She's a pair of goggles on as she works on this arm. She doesn't even seem to notice you coming back inside.
Okay. Oh, right.
Otto now.
Oh, God.
Ah,
Boys!
Hello, Master.
Oh. Oh, I didn't realize you came back in. Welcome back.
I'm done cleaning.
Good, good. Well done. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, I got really absorbed in working on this.
damn, I want a voice changer.
She kind of lets out a breath and just kind of wipes her forehead and just kind of leans back in her chair. And she turns around, looks at you. Like, well, that's most of the cleaning done, Otto. I still have to work on this, though, and I still got paperwork to do.
Is there anything I can help you with?
She kind of puts her hand to her chin for a second. To describe your master, she is a Genji woman with kind of tan skin and a short white bob of hair. She's a kind of a tight black tunic and a bit of robes kind of hanging off just on her shoulders. She kind of rubs her chin. Like, actually, Otto, there's a delivery and a... Well, can you go help a customer for me? I had to finish this and whatnot. They need their leg was been giving them lots of trouble, and they need a replacement. Apparently, someone had ripped them off the previous one. Could you go and help them with it? I've already got it made. You just need to attach it, get it adjusted, make sure it fits properly. Do you think you can handle that for me?
Yes. But I don't know how to go around the city yet.
Oh, well, luckily it's not... If you go... Okay, so she kind of...
It's complicated, Master.
It is, well... It is. We need to get you a map. Okay, Otto. Listen up. I need you to... So... Luckily, the place you need to go to is a fairly big inn near the dock. It's a very big place. If you just go toward the ocean and look for the biggest building you can find closest to the docks, that'll be the place. It's called the, oh, hold on. She, looks through some papers and she kind of gets out the prosthetic leg that she had made. It's very well made with kind of lighter materials, like kind of some metal, but not very heavy metal, and some almost plastirex-esque material. It's called the Sailor's Respite near the docks. Do you think you could find that?
Toward the ocean,
If you
big
did it.
building,
Mhm.
sailors respite.
Mhm.
Yes,
I know you could do
I
this,
should be
Otto.
able to find this.
You could do this. I believe in you.
I've been down to the docks.
Well, we have when we did some other work down there, but I know you've never been there by yourself. But I think you can do it. I think you can handle it. You're a
I
big
can
boy.
remember.
She kind of smiles and she's kind of puts the prosthetic leg in a box, and then hands it off to you. And then also, she kind of goes back to her table or back to her desk. She kind of goes through a drawer and starts counting out something, puts it in a bag, and then brings it to you and is like, "Here." She puts a brown bag on top of the box. And there's 10 gold pieces in there. If you manage to get this done quickly enough, just go have some fun. Go see if you can find anything interesting.
Oh. Yes, I will.
Okay. Well, you think you got this? You can do this? I know you can do this. You got this.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mom.
Oh,
She smiles. Just kind of like, okay. Thank you, Otto. Like, you take care. Be careful, okay?
Okay.
So then do you head off?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go. I'll take the big old bundle and head off on my own after putting
Okay.
down the broom.
So you set off, kind of closing the door behind you. Your mom goes back to work and keeps resuming her work on the prosthetic arm that she was working on. And Otto, just so you know where you are right here.
Oh, okay. So
So,
over here.
yes. So you're going to set off towards the ocean.
Get out of the way.
And it's pretty...
Yeah, leave, guys.
You are on the hillside of this Andoran, since it's kind of on a... It kind of slowly slopes upward, but you're on a particularly steeper portion where your home is residing. So you can clearly see the ocean from basically anywhere in Andoran, so long as, so that nothing's in your way. You can see over most of the buildings from where you are, so it's pretty easy to spot. So you just gotta follow the roads and get there.
Okay.
So unless you make any detours or whatsoever, you head toward the ocean, and then you kind of trace the roads, kind of going your way this way. It's a pretty normal day. People are going about their business. It seems pretty calm. It's a nice day outside. The sun is high. There's not much clouds in the sky. Ugh. Pretty nice day. People give you some looks, but you start to become a more regular sight in Andoran, with working with your mom and working alongside her. You know your mom is a
People
friend
know
of mine.
me.
Yes, people are starting to know you. You kind of stand out as things like you aren't as intelligent as you are. And as you pass by some places, you see some more metallic fellows just kind of going about chores and whatnot, just kind of more stiffly than you do. You're pretty more fluid in your motions, whereas they are more, robotic. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So, before
I'm
long,
better.
yeah, pretty much. So you make it to this. So you make it right here, and then you spot this big old building kind of towards your left. This one right here. So
So over here.
you go towards that big ass building, and on the fronts is written in both Genji and Common is the Sailor's Respite.
Ooh.
Big
So
building. Sailor's just right. This is it.
Okay. So,
So I go inside.
you go inside. You go inside, and you are quickly spotted by the innkeeper, a kind of buff-looking Zyran woman, and sitting at the bar is this kind of grumpy-looking Zyran man. He's kind of sitting with immediately you spot his very fucked up leg,
Ooh.
his metal leg that is pretty fucking rusty and the metal is corroded. It is not very well kept. It is not very well made. From a glance, you can tell very easily, given what you've learned from working with your mom.
Mhm.
So, you think pretty quickly that this is probably the guy.
Okay.
So you go.
So I'll walk right up to him.
Mhm.
Hello, sir.
What the fuck?
Uh.
What the hell? Can I help you?
I have a prosthetic for you.
What do you mean you have a prosthetic? I thought it was supposed to be that one girl. I don't remember her. Yeah.
Master Yue has sent me to bring it to you.
Oh. The woman kind of smacks him upside the head, like, "Don't be rude. Just this is her, her assistant. I've seen it before.
My name is Otto.
Thank God." All right, I guess. And that kind of starts getting off the counter, and then she kind of gestures toward the back. Go ahead and use the back. It'll be more private, so you don't have to worry about anyone bothering you.
Thank you.
And then she kind of opens up the door for you, both of you, and he kind of limps inside, and you follow after. And for the essence of time, and because I'm sure you don't want to go in the nitty-gritty of trying to attach a prosthetic leg to a guy, you proceed to do getting him fitted. You had to remove the previous leg and also had to fix much of this very poorly done prosthetic and its implant to attach it to make it functional. It is
Gross.
very, very not well made. It's from the way he describes it when you ask him about it. He says that he got it done for cheap, thinking he got a good deal, but it turns out it was far shittier than he expected. So he's been having a hell of a time. He goes on about how he lost his leg in the first place. He was on a boat and he got dropped into the water in a big wave and he got ran into a shark and it just ripped off his goddamn leg. And he
Damn.
barely survived.
Wow.
Made it back to shore and then was basically landlocked until he got this prosthetic, and then thinking he could get back into being a sailor, found that the leg was not very good for seawater and did not last very long. So he's been
possibly worse than a peg leg.
kind of, it's functionally a peg leg at this point. But he's had to have been staying with his sister, the bar owner, the woman that you saw up front, and has been staying with her until he can get back up on his feet. Ha 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 ha. So, but because it's so poorly done, it's going to take you a long time to get this done, and that it does. Looking at the window, you see that the sunlight begins to start fading pretty quickly. The sun starts to turn not quite night, but it's getting darker outside. But eventually, you get it done, and he starts walking around, and then starts running around. It looks very excited. And then he thanks you profusely before he tells you that he has to go get his payment. He has to go get his restitution from that fucking guy. And before you can even ask him what he needs, he just kind of runs out and runs out the door. And you just kind of watch him do this, and you just stare at him, and then he's gone. The bar owner looks into the room and watches him leave, and then he just kind of shrugs at you. He'll be back. Don't worry. He's good for it. He's just kind of an idiot. How about you just kind of take a load off, and if he doesn't show up at a loading time, I will go find him and kick his ass and bring him back.
Okay.
Okay. I'll also go start making some stuff you can take back home. I'm sure you would appreciate it. How about you just take a seat over that booth over there? And she points in the kind of the back room where there's some private booths where you can sit. How about you just sit back there and uh, can you eat?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want some snacks or something while you wait?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Well, she kind of nods, kind of goes back and looks.
I have money.
Oh, don't worry about it, hon. I got it. It's on the house.
Thank you.
She kind of smiles and nods and then heads in the back. And one of her kind of waitresses kind of looks, smiles at you, and kind of leads you to the booth and leaves you a plate of crackers and some nice to drink. She asks if you want water or ale.
What is ale?
Probably just water then. So she leaves you those crackers and some ale,
Some ale?
and does
Ale?
ask you if you want anything else. Do you ask for anything else?
What is ale?
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, then, Otto, you're going to be sitting there snacking on crackers and seeing what that's like, I guess, and drinking some water while you wait. But while
Yes.
you're waiting, some other people are going to enter this room, enter this inn. Now, the rest of you, all of you have come to Andoran Andoran, for different reasons. You all come from different places, come from different walks of life, and you've all found yourselves here through different circumstances. But the one thing in common between all of you right now is this. You all are in need of some goddamn money.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's how every adventure starts, right?
Oh, yes. And luckily for all of you, each of you individually has stumbled upon a flyer for a job. This job promises a pay of 300 gold upon completion of a task. Now, this task that it's asking to be done is not listed. The only instruction there is that skilled adventurers are required, and that they are to meet in the Sailor's Respite near sundown in the private booths in the back,
Oh,
with no other details given.
that's where I am.
Catchy.
Luckily, most of you stumbled upon this first, or perhaps the flyers were left alone for some reason. Now, I'm sure most of you have your suspicions about this job, but a payout of 300 gold is a bit hard to not take.
300 gold? Holy shit.
Sign me up.
So then, each of you is going to end up in this bar at a time of your choosing. Maybe you showed up now, maybe you showed up before and you're already there. So, we're going to go down each of you and you're going to tell us when you arrive, what you do when you arrive, and describe your character. And we're going to start with... We're going to start with Purple.
Okay.
All right, Purple.
So while
When does your
Aldo's,
dude-
while Aldo's sitting there snacking on his crackers or something, he can't help but overhear some rowdy fellas in the back. There's like 4 guys back there, and you know they look like kind of rough sailor types for the most part. But there's one guy back there sitting among them who's laughing, having a good time. He's being louder than the rest of them. You know, he doesn't look like, you know, he's not like big and muscular or covered in scars or anything. He looks a lot, you know, more kind of skeevy looking. You know, he's sitting there with a nice purple cloak, you know, draped over the back of his chair, wearing a blue tunic, and, you know, he's got a pair of, like, thick brown gloves that are, you know, set on the table next to him, and he's rolling a dice, and he's shaking his hand, rolling on the dice, with a sly smirk on his face, and he blows on it for luck before tossing the dice. And all the other guys are watching with anticipation as he rolls. And as soon as the dice come to a stop, then the skeevy-looking guy leans back in his seat and smiles a big, broad grin, while the other guys are looking in disbelief and groaning angrily. This guy sits back in his seat and claps his hands together, and he says, "Well, gentlemen, looks like I win again."
God damn it, you
cheating snake.
You cheating.
Cheating? Who's cheating? Come on.
Fine,
Just 'cause,
I'm done with this anyway. Some people, they throw some silver on the table,
No.
and they just kind of get up and leave. And the other two are like, ugh. Just kind of start downing their drinks before they get up to leave too.
Yeah, as soon as
It
the
leaves
silver
you
hits the
with a
table.
good old 30 silver.
As soon as the silver hits the table, this guy leans forward and reaches his hand out, scoops him up into a nice pile, and slides off the edge of the table into a little bag that he secures to his hip. And he just snickers. And he looks up at Otto, who he sees eyeballing him. And he just, he gets a smug, sly grin, and he says, "Easy money." And then he looks back and, puts all of his coins away and, leans back in his chair proudly, scoops his dice up, looks at them in his palm before sticking them into a little satchel on the side of his, the side of his belt. And he looks around the room. And he's like, "Tough crowd today. Ain't no one wanting to play, huh?"
Most people seem to just kind of groan. Other people just roll their eyes and look away. They watched. They saw what happened. They ain't gonna take part in that. They know better.
He leans his head to the
Some
side,
people
looks toward one of the waitresses, and, holds up his hand and beckons to her with one finger.
The waitress walks over, looks mildly annoyed, but smiles.
Yes,
sir?
He smiles back, runs his hand over the top of his head, slicking his hair back as he does so. He says, "Hey, darling, how about another cup of ale?"
Right away, sir. She kind of smiles through her teeth.
He winks, gives her a little finger gun
Just kinda
motion.
turns, picks up your mug, and goes get more ale.
He leans back in his seat, and he's just like, he's kicking his feet up in the seat in front of him, and he's just relaxing now.
All right. You get your ale soon enough.
Hell yeah.
But while you're sitting relaxing, waiting for, for the job, we will see who else enters this tavern tonight. 1d5. Wait, what's a 1d6 again? 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. BB!
Hey.
It's your turn. So, BB, is your character already here? Or are they entering the bar now? Have they been here for a while? And what are they doing?
So we're in the private area right now, right?
Well, you're kind of in the bar. The private area is kind of empty right now. No, the person you're waiting for does not appear to be there yet, so you just kind of are left to hang out in the bar until he arrives.
Okay.
So, what do you do? What do you look like? Who are you? Who the fuck are you?
From one of the nearby private tables. Seems a little lost, but he's pretty sure he's in the right place. Judging by the flyer he has in his hand, he looks down to check after a moment. Looks around the tables. Aside from seeing a strange armored figure that wasn't there before, he simply scratches his head and shrugs. He sits back down and looks around. Whoever he's waiting for clearly hasn't shown up yet, so there's not much left for him to do but wait.
The waitress comes by and asks you if you want anything, real quick.
Just water, please. Thank you.
Sure, hun. she kind of smiles, genuinely, rather than the other guy, who you, being already there, also saw. But I don't know if you figured out what he did, but given everyone's reaction, perhaps. So you get some water over time, very quickly, and are kind of left to your devices. Are you just gonna sit and kind of wait?
Sorry, just checking something real quick.
You're good.
Man sighs briefly, still seeming to just be waiting. But after a few seconds, he reaches into the furred cloak he's wearing, takes out a small music box.
Oh,
Opening up the box, a faint tune plays. He gives a small smile, tune reminding him of his homeland.
It's a nice tune. It's simple, but reminds you of home. All right. So, unless you do anything else, then we will move on to the next.
That's it.
Lyle leans across the table. He looks right across at this strange guy sitting here looking at his music box. And
Okay, the table.
yeah,
Yeah.
he jiggles the dice in his hand like he's trying to get his attention, and he calls out to him, "Hey, pretty boy, what do you say? You play dice?"
Silver-haired man looks around. After a few seconds, he realizes that the man's speaking to him and raises an eyebrow. After a few, he tilts his head, then simply shakes his head.
Yeah, you.
No thanks, I'm not a gambling type.
Oh, live a little. The guy says he takes, his hand runs it over his head again, brushing his, messy brown hair out of the way, and, he sits, leans back in his chair, he puts the dice back in the pouch on his belt, and he starts beating his hand on the table, and he says, "What do I gotta do to get my drink around here?"
The witness comes back,
God.
looking far more annoyed than before, and puts your drink on the table. Like, here, sir.
That's more like it. Hey, can you smile for me too while you're at it?
She smiles through her teeth. This more, much more force than before.
Hey, that's nice, he says, while sitting back in his chair. He picks up the mug and takes a big, deep gulp of it, and then sets it back down on the table.
She turns and leaves. All right.
He
Let's
watches
go
her
to
ass
the
as
next
she leaves.
person. Oh, God. All right.
No skeevy.
Let's go to the next person.
Go for it.
Kyle. Go for it.
All right. During the commotion of the rogue attempting to con someone else into a game, in walks in someone who kind of sticks out in the area a little bit, wearing a straw hat with a cape on, covering most of his body. He walks into the tavern, removing the hat, showing a nice bright yellow headband with an insignia that anyone who is in the military would recognize across the continent.
Oh.
Under the cloak, he has some gunmetal colored armor. Can't really be seen at this moment, but as he moves, you can kind of see openings in the cloak. That is a nice brown color. He kind of smiles and looks around, and he hears the commotion of someone trying to be egged on to a game. And looking at the guy's hand, he notices that this isn't normal. He kind of, after the pound on the table of asking for ale, he politely walks over to the guy at the table there. "Excuse me, which game is it that you're looking to play there? I'm from a different area, and I've never seen these trinkets you have before."
Lyle sets down his mug after taking another sip. He looks right up at this strange guy and smiles coyly. He says, "Oh, Oh, well, we're just playing a game of craps, or at least we were until everybody got sick of playing and rather sick of losing. Luck's not on their side tonight, I guess. He reaches back into the pouch on the side of his hip, and he holds up his hand, shakes it, rattles the dice in it, and says, "What do you say? You feeling lucky tonight?"
Lady Luck is always on my side. However, I have no coin to spare. You see, he kind of rubs his face a little bit, and you notice he's wiping away some dirt. I had a mishap on the way here, and I lost a lot of my supplies.
Oh, tough luck, buddy. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm here, between you and me, waiting for a big score. So, maybe if I make bank, I'll buy you a drink. What do you think about that?
You drive a hard bargain. Teach me the ways of this game. I'd love to learn your culture here.
Oh, okay. Well, he looks a little hesitant, and he asks again, kind of uncertain. Wait a minute. You say you don't have any coin to spare?
I have none. It is in the river.
Oh,
Far too deep and too strong for me to dive after.
yikes. Oh, that's rough. That's rough, buddy. That's rough.
That's why I'm here.
Tell you what. You seem like a nice guy. So, I'm gonna say maybe. Oh man, how do I say this without being rude? I don't play for free. I play to win. So, if you can maybe, he motions with his hand to signal this guy to step away from his table, and he starts leaning around, looking toward the door, seeing if any other people walking in the door. At this point, he basically kind of starts ignoring you.
Oh,
Right, I just take a step back and keep my eye on the table.
all right. You are quickly approached by a waitress who kind of smiles at you, like, "Hey, can I get you anything, sir?"
No thank you. I am just sitting here waiting.
Oh well, go ahead and take a booth if you want to sit down. She kind of gestures to some of the seats and the tables. Most of them are empty for the moment. There's a couple people still in here, but not too many.
I will think about this. I'm just going to continue standing there.
She kind of smiles awkwardly. He's like, "All right, sir. I'm gonna get back to work now." She just kind of goes about her business. So is this foreign soldier-looking man is standing around waiting for his personal business? I suppose we can move on to the next person. If that's all right.
Good to
Yep.
me.
All right. Who's left? We got 3 people left. Oh no, it didn't go. Oh, there we go. Ed, you're next.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you nerd.
All right, so there's a stocky looking guy in a robe. Very, very, very kind of short, as far as, people go, but very, you can't really see his body under his robes, but he seems very thick, very built. And he's just sitting at the bar, drinking a flagon of ale. Just not really paying a mind to what else is going on in the building. After a while, he stands up, turns and walks over and enters the private area, pulls out a sheet of paper, looking down at it. Thought they'd be here by now. Yeah. Puts it away and just finds another seat, sits down.
While Lyle was kind of brushing off this strange foreign soldier, he notices the stocky little guy stomping around, muttering to himself with a piece of paper in his hand. And he slowly cocks an eyebrow. And then he reaches up with his bare hand into his mouth and then whistles loudly to get the old dude's attention.
Old dude kind of looks over at him, like one eye kind of looking wide, almost with like a crazed, like very grumpy look.
Hey, Grandpa! The guy says unapologetically.
Ugh, what do you want?
You looking for someone?
Not you, pretty boy.
Hey! And he reaches into, he reaches in his tunic, pulls out a little flyer, and waves it around. And he says, "You didn't say we couldn't be pretty to take the job. What gives?"
What, are you here for that too?
Wait. And then he looks back at the paper, and he looks back up at the old guy. And he's like, "Aw, don't tell me. Your competition? I thought you were the guy I was supposed to meet." And Lyle sits back in his seat, and he groans. He's, "Oh, that's just great. That's just great."
Adam looks over from his table as he hears the commotion. First, he looks over to the rogue. Then he looks over to the Yord, gives him a quick once-over, then smiles briefly. "Oh, this must be a pretty big job after all. Fancy seeing a Yord around here."
Lyle snickers at the idea of a big job in a Yord.
Oh my god.
God damn it. I don't know anything about what kind of job it is, but need the money.
Ah, yes. Seems that's the way it goes for most of everyone in here.
Lyle groans and he picks up the piece of paper, slaps it in his hand a couple times. He's like, "Give me a break. I should have known this was too good to be true. All these folks showing up. This is going to be a pain. I'm going to have to split the spoils with everybody, or they're going to tell me that I'm too talented or too pretty to do this job. And it's give me a break."
Oh god.
He sits back in his chair. He rolls his eyes. He picks up his, mug, takes another big gulp of it, slams it down on the table, and just takes both hands, runs them over the top of his head, and he's like, he looks like, he's both frustrated and he's trying to figure out oh, what am I gonna do now?
All right. Are you gonna do anything else, Ed?
I don't know.
All right. Well, while you're thinking about having this conversation, we'll move on to the next person then, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Okay. It's either Ed or Tony or Sorum. D2. Tony, you're first.
Okay. So Trio shows up, clearly frustrated after a long day of unsuccessful job hunting. Walking in, fairly tall, dark-skinned, Genji woman, silver hair,
Wolf whistle
wearing
down
a decent-looking purple outfit, and just makes her way to the back and
Starts cooking burgers.
no,
Not yet. Gotta wait.
makes her way to the back and takes the seat. And seeing everyone here is like, oh great, this is. You all saw the job too, didn't you?
Lyle looks up after he hears the woman speak, and slowly a grin comes over his face.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
He raises his brows, nods his head to her, and he says, "Well, I may not need the job no more if I just found myself a sugar mama.
Oh God!
Please stop.
Oh Lord!
She just raises an eyebrow. It, absolutely not. No.
Oh, he chuckles and sits back in his chair and he's like, please get to know me first. He sits there and he adjusts the collar of his tunic a little bit and starts fixing his hair. He kind of writes her off at that point though. He even knows lost cause when he sees one, but he's kind of play it off.
Adam simply shakes his head and chuckles a bit at the scene.
Yord groans.
Otto's watching silently, wondering what a sugar mama is.
Yes.
Hey mom, what's a sugar mama?
Well, if
We'll
I'm going
find
to be
out
working
real
with him, this is already going to be. This better be worth it.
All right. Should you take a sea trail and just wait? Okay. Well, now we're gonna move on to Sorum.
All right.
The best for last.
The best for last. All right. I think now it's getting later, so the sun is just on the horizon.
Pretty much.
That's it. Door swings open, and a woman with her hood pulled over her head and her wings strapped around her like a cloak walk in, and the door slams behind her. She slowly scans the room before taking her hood off and revealing her headpiece and a black head of hair. She sniffs and just quickly makes a pass for the back room, or for the back room of the private area. And on her way, she looks over at the waiter and says, "I want tea, black tea, with 2 teaspoons of sugar. I want it now. I want it hot.
Damn.
You got that, hun? All right." And she goes on her way, and she takes a seat by herself.
The person at the bar just kind of watches the kind of blinks confused for a second, then shrugs, and then kind of goes in the back.
Lyle
What a
raises an eyebrow.
bitch.
As she's sitting, she puts her head on her chin, or she rests her head on her fist as she looks around at the other patrons, just kind of sizing them up, looking at them. She spots Otto. She kind of takes a longer look at him. She's never really seen that many prosthetic robots before. But she dismisses it and pays no mind to anybody else.
All right. Well,
I'm afraid to hit on that one.
All right. Well, while you are all getting settled, waiting for your client, it's getting late. Not too late. Sun's still up slightly, but it's crisping over the horizon. But just as you all start to get frustrated, perhaps you pretend to think of saying "fuck it" and just to leave, another person walks in through the door. A short individual with a hood over their head, but this cloak they're wearing is very fine, very nicely made. They hurriedly make their way to the back booth, ignoring everyone in their way, and quickly taking a seat. From the brief bits you see of their face, they seem very skittish and very paranoid as they're looking around. They take a seat at the booth, kind of put their hands, tint their fingers together, kind of tapping their fingers on their hands, looking nervous and kind of impatient as they're sitting and waiting.
Lyle immediately looks up. He smells blood in the water. He sees someone jumpy. He knows that's an easy mark. He sees fine cloak. He knows they got money.
But they're going to the private booth in the back.
He watches the person and he slowly starts to get out of his chair. And he's like, I'll be with you guys in a minute. He says as he starts kind of slowly slinking toward the back of the room.
You all see this individual enter and head into the private booth in the back.
I actually would make my way over there.
Yeah, I would as well.
Someone in distress is a high priority for Way.
Tori gets up and slowly makes her way over to the individual as well.
As soon as he sees everybody else getting up, Lyle's like, oh, come on, you guys are cramping my style. Hold on, I'm just gonna say hi. And then he kind of gives up as everybody starts kind of crowding. He's like,
I mean, there's no style to crimp. She looks like...
It's not a she, it's a dude.
It's a dude? Okay, sorry.
It's a short man.
Sorry. I said woman. My bad.
You're good. He looks up as some of you approach. He's like, are you all here for the job?
Lyle
Adam
stops
stands
suddenly.
up at that point, hearing the mention of the job.
Lyle
Are
reaches.
you the one who put out this flyer?
Yes, that's me. That's me.
What's the job?
Lyle, he looks
First.
over at the Tengri girl and is just like, wow, cut to the chase, why don't you?
Just more time to
looks
wait
around.
around here.
He looks around, waiting for everyone to take a seat. He doesn't seem to pay Otto much mind. Though Otto, I will note that the private booth you're near is right beside this guy's booth, where all these guys are starting to gather. So you will be privy to this entire conversation.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Lyle leans over the table. He puts one hand on the table, leans over the person, kind of looming over him. It's like, so, what are we doing here?
The man flips back his hood, revealing a Yord with nicely dressed, looks nice. His beard is nicely combed. He looks, he looks like he has money. His hair is kind of graying. He's got a short, stubby nose. Still looks incredibly nervous. All right, that's all of you, right? That's everyone.
Lyle speaks up on that note. You sure we need this many people? Really? I mean, how complicated is this job really? I mean, between you and me, I mean, I'm pretty experienced. I could probably handle this myself.
Well, I mean, the job will probably be better done if there's more people. I thought.
I mean,
Is the 300 gold each not enough?
Wait, wait up, 300 gold each? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Did I not put that in the flyer?
Lyle quickly reaches into, pulls out the flyer and he starts looking over it.
There is not a mention of each. He did misprint that.
Lyle looks back
Adam
up.
checks the flyer, looks back up, shakes his head. Nope.
Your flyer does have that.
Oh, Adam's does?
Yes. Some of yours do, others don't.
Aha! Adam looks down at the flyer, scratches his head, then looks back up. Well, mine says this.
Tori
300 each.
kind of shrugs. If it's 300 each, then you'll have no problem paying all of us, will you?
No, of course. I have plenty of money to pay you.
Lyle suddenly interjects. But if one person were to accomplish this task, then could they say collect all the money?
Well, I mean, I'm.
You could afford to pay more than 300, right? Can't you?
Look, friend. This job needs to be done urgently. I don't have time to negotiate.
Well, if
this.
it's urgent, then I mean, you're good for it,
this
ain't you?
I need capable hands to do this. It's important.
I got your capable hands right here, Lyle says, holds up both of his hands, wiggles his fingers.
Alright, Way kind of puts his hand on Ryle's shoulder there and just, come, game friend, let's hear what it is first before we go biting off more than we can chew.
Yeah, Lyle kind of he looks a little he twitches when he feels Way's hand on his shoulder and quickly looks over, and he relaxes when he sees it's just Way, and he's he looks a little annoyed, but he shrugs and takes a step back and then puts his hands on his hips and is like, all right, I'll hear you out.
So you all take a seat, and so he begins to explain. So that is keep this confidential. But my name is Vondale Stoutale. I'm a businessman, and I handle some trade and whatnot. But that's neither here nor there. All you need to know is I'm good for this money, and I will pay you some upfront to ensure that you know I'm good for it. But the thing I need you all to do is something urgent, and I need you to do it discreetly. Do you understand?
Well,
It's not
nods.
necessarily something. He kind of looks around. Legal, I suppose, but it is in the best interest of this person involved. And if it is not done, I fear for their safety.
Lyle puts up his hand and says, "Now, discreet is my middle name, sir. You don't have to worry about a thing. And if it's less than legal, that might bother some people. Some of you might want to go home right now and not get paid. But especially if it's in the best interest of this person of which you speak, I'll gladly partake."
He kind of looks at the rest of you, seeing if any of you are super put off by the legality of this.
What type of illegal are we talking about?
Well, I suppose if we were to put it bluntly, it's theft. I suppose.
You need us to steal something?
Yeah. Yes. No mugging. It's not a mugging. It is a simple taking something from their abode.
Just an
and retrieving
acquisition. It's okay.
Yes.
Don't worry about
And-
it. Don't worry
and
about it.
bringing it back to me, and quickly. This must be done quickly. They are in. Let me explain. There was an auction recently for a deceased archaeologist who had been recently died, named Chow Shin. They had several things on auction. One of these things was a box, a square box with the gold engravings and a gold latch with his initials put on it. I don't know what's in this box, but I know that this person got her hands on it and took it home with her. But I found out that through my contacts that some shadier elements were looking to get that for their own reasons. I don't know why they would want the box, but I know they want it. And I know they're looking to move soon. If not tonight.
Lyle looks a little bored, but he's listening.
I do not know what lengths they'll go to get this box, and I fear for her safety. She's a valuable member of this community, and I fear for her safety. They might. He looks nervous and he's a little sweaty. He wipes his forehead.
Calm down now. Calm down. So what you're saying is you need us to take this item to keep her safe.
Yes, no harm is to befall her. Understand? If I hear anything has befallen her, I will not hesitate to. I would not hesitate to report it.
You're ordering us to do it.
If you accept the job.
Well,
These are simply my terms. I'm not trying to threaten, but this is important, and she did nothing wrong. She should not suffer for it.
Now, I also have a question. Same as that man over there. Why exactly do you need 6 people to steal one little box?
Well, I've never really done this before, and I figured that more people would do it. Or is that wrong?
not exactly subtle, Lyle says.
It's probably fine.
I feel like we're not asking enough questions here, but I will just accept this job now. Seems easy enough.
Lyle's
Do you
well.
not want to do something else to keep this lady safe?
I'm
Surely
afraid
if someone's coming after, if they don't find it in her house, they'll turn on her.
Well, my plan is to get my hands on the box and try to negotiate giving it to them. I don't know why they want it. Simply that they will. I don't know the lengths they're going to go, but I know they're going to do something, and soon.
Lyle waves his hand. Okay. That's great. Real questions. What's the security like?
Well, she lives alone, I believe. I think there might be someone who started living with her recently.
Any dogs? Any like booby traps?
don't-
Anything like that? You know, I really,
don't believe so. Her
really
abode is
hate
a
dogs.
she works from home, so her first floor is an office and a workshop, I think.
Does she even have a fence to jump over?
No, not really. There's not much room for that in Adoran. Unless,
moat
you
to
know, you have
cross?
the money.
A moat to cross?
She even lock her windows?
I would assume so.
I was like, this seems pretty cut and dry to me. There's a lot of people for this. Is she dangerous or something? Do we got to worry about, you know, running into
Is
the
she a
homeowner?
wizard? Does she have spells?
Well, she's a Genji, so I think she could throw fire or something. I think
Oh.
she's fire one.
Okay, I can deal with that. This seems like a lot. Like a lot.
Perhaps.
Does anyone else think that this seems like a lot? I don't know.
I would
I
agree
mean-
it's a little excessive.
Yeah.
As
Oh.
long as no one gets hurt, I won't argue with 300 gold.
I was like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, I still think this is maybe, you know, too much people. I think you'd be better off just asking one very skilled person with some, you know, tricky fingers, he says, wiggling his fingers in front of the guy's face. But
just kind of blinks at you, confused.
if you insist on this whole, what do you call it?
Right.
This, you know, this whole, you know, party of some sort going in
This
and
adventuring party, you could call it.
breaking into this house, and what we just gotta swipe a box. That's it, just one box.
Yes, it's a box. I don't know what's
You
inside.
don't want any jewelry or nothing.
No, I don't want you to steal from her. I just want you to get this box.
You just want us to steal the one thing.
Yes.
So any jewelry
I-
we find along the way is.
I don't want you to hurt her well-being. I don't want you to hurt her business. I just want you to get this box for her safety.
No, all right.
The job seems simple enough. If there's really nothing else, I'll take the job.
Good.
Wait, hold on. I'll take the job.
Great.
He said he could use as many people as he wanted, and we would all get 300 gold. What makes you think you're any better at this than the rest of us?
A lot, but you know, that's just me.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to convince me to not take this job at this point. The pay is too good.
Yeah, look,
Indeed.
you know, I'm hurting for cash. This seems pretty cut and dry. You say it's nothing nefarious. Seems a little nefarious to me, if you ask me. But that's not.
I mean, I did say it was a little
That's,
illegal.
that's none of my business, buddy. I don't. You do you, man. Like, as long as you pay up and like, look, I don't exactly like slashing throats or nothing. So like, it sounds like this is right up my alley. You know.
Oh, if I may just inquire, you said all of us are getting paid for this, correct?
Yes, of course.
He kind of points over to the robot. Is that one with us? They're not a part of the circle.
What? He kind of looks and sees the robot sitting at another table. He kind of stares at it for a second. He kind of narrows his eyes as though he's just trying to figure it out. And then his eyes kind of widen. He's like, "Uh-oh."
Oh?
Uh-oh.
Lyle tilts his head.
You mean
Don't worry about that. That's fine. He suddenly looks much more nervous.
Lyle looks over at Otto and kind of like cocks an eyebrow and then shrugs his shoulders and looks back to the guy. All right, so you say you're gonna pay some up front?
Yes, yes, of course. He quickly starts pulling out 6 bags and puts it on the table and slides them out to each of you.
Lyle,
Inside is 20 gold each.
Lyle goes and he picks up the bag daintily with 2 fingers. He jingles it. He drops it in his palm, carefully opens the bag. He pours the coins out into his other hand. He jiggles the coins in his hand. He picks up one of them. He looks it up real close, closing one eye, turns the coin from one side to the other, gives it a little nibble, and he's like, alright, well, it seems legit.
And Tori just takes the bag and empties it into her own before throwing the bag back at the man.
Ah,
Way takes the
It
bag
hits
and
him in the
hooks it on
face.
his hip because he doesn't have any other gold.
this poor man.
Adam shrugs and picks up the bag, but then looks over at the metal figure briefly.
Because I'll just rolled his eyes and then takes the bag, stuffs it in his cloak.
Trio will just take the bag and put it next to her other gold patch.
Otto's just silently watching you all while he eats crackers.
If there's nothing else, then
Oh.
where's
Do
the
they jam
house?
up his gears?
Sorry. If there's nothing else, tell us the name of the place. We'll get the box. Be done here, and I'll go on about our ways.
Yes, of course. He kind of scooches close to the table and kind of gestures for you to come closer because he's now looking more nervous than before.
Or he just kind of like widens her eyes a bit. She just kind of leans in a little bit closer, like, what?
It's called the Gilded Hand.
Lyle leans in closer.
it's
He says out loud, "Gilded Hand, eh? I know that place."
Otto, could hold on, let me just check this real quick. Because he said it out loud. I believe your past perception is enough to hear it. So you hear this name. That's where you live.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say. He looks at you. He's like, "Don't say it."
Lyle puts up his
He
hand.
quickly looks at Otto. He looks much more skittish now.
Lyle smirks and he leans closer to the table. He makes like a zipping motion on his mouth and then, leans
Just
back
kinda
over.
like-
Adam shakes his head.
He just kind of looks at you frustrated, like, "No, why did you say it?"
You're gonna give this man a heart attack.
Uh-oh. He goes silent and slowly looks at Otto.
Did you say the Gilded Hand?
Lyle turns around. He looks over at Otto, sizes him up, and says, "Nope."
Are you sure?
Or he looks over at Otto. Mind your own business.
Wow.
Otto. Roll me a insight check. Lyle. So click on your character on the list of character sheets.
Yeah, I got my character sheet open.
So under skills, underneath like saving throws and whatnot, is like all your skills. One of those is insight.
Oh, I see.
Just give it a click. Just click on insight and automatically. And Lyle, roll me a deception check, you motherfucker.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, geez, hearing a robot laugh is creepy.
If I can
Sorry.
find
You're
it.
good. So, character sheet
Yes.
under core. It should be under skills, beneath your saving throws, and beside all your strength, dexterity, constitution, that shit.
Oh, so I just click on it. Deception.
You just click on the name's deception. Not the name, but the... he seems shifty, but he seems like he's telling the truth, Otto.
Alright.
But it's hard to look away from the very shifty dwarf staring at you.
Sorry, I had to jump up for a second. Do we have to roll some things?
Nope, you're good.
I'm still watching them.
You are absolutely still watching them. It's like, just kind of, just go and get the thing, please.
All right. Well, there's nothing else then. Let's go stake the place out, and then we'll figure out when we're going in.
I was like, all right,
Yes.
sounds good, sounds good.
As you're all starting to finish reading, this Zyran man runs in with a prosthetic leg. He looks sweaty but excited as he's like, "Oh man, this leg's great!" He kind of quickly runs over to Otto. He's carrying this bag. Kind of quickly puts the table. Oh, sorry that took so long. He looks much chipper now, much more chipper now.
That's alright.
Well, can I get you anything, or are you good to go?
No,
It's getting pretty late.
I should go home.
All right, of course. Let me go check with my sister. I think she. You see, his buff sister walking out, carrying like a bag. It's well, you can't. I don't think you can smell. Can you? Can you smell?
Uh,
That's up to you. I'll let you decide.
I don't have a nose, so
So no. All right. So to you, the rest of you, you smell this wonderful smell of freshly cooked bread with some raisins in it and some blueberries. It's nice.
Lyle sniffs the air loudly.
And this Zyran woman, this buff Zyran woman, puts this bag on the table in front of Otto. Here you go, hon. Sorry that took so long. Like, she looks to her brother, like, and you took too long. You like, what? I was running. I was excited. I'm sorry. It's like, just go to bed, you idiot. It's like, ugh. He just kind of walks up towards one of the rooms. As he kind of smiles, like, all right, Otto, you should probably head home. She's probably getting worried about you.
yes. I have learned many new words today that I would like to talk to her about.
Well, that'll be exciting.
And he picks up the bundles and he starts walking towards the door.
Like, the woman kind of smiles and waves at you. You leave, and just kind of goes back to about business. The dwarf in front of all of you watches Otto leave, and is like, "You can't let him. You gotta get there before him. He'll tell her, and then she'll know, and then she'll and then I'm gonna be so much trouble."
Is that the lady's robot?
Yes, it is.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
Yeah, Lyle
Didn't know he was here.
Lyle
You idiot!
leans back, puts his hands up, and is like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're saying that little fella is like the guard robot for this place? You didn't think to mention a guard robot?
He's not really a good guard, I don't think. I think he's just her assistant. I don't know.
I don't know nothing about
He's
robots,
really like a month ago. I don't
but
know,
I know
man.
that they do stuff like explode and have weapons in them and
I don't know.
some
He just like helps her around, I think.
magic.
I don't know. She's-
Oh man, this is.
Well, I don't know what all that robot can do, but what it can do is eat.
Lyle throws
Those
his hands
crackers
up.
look very good. Way goes over and grabs the cracker and starts eating.
There's some crackers on the table. You just snag one.
Lyle looks over away and just like
They're
shakes his
okay.
head slightly.
They're not great. They're kind of stale.
To a hungry man, they are great.
Fair enough.
Quick OOC question.
What's up?
Are robots particularly common in the world?
They are
Like outside of this
In all-
place?
in Olkheim. They're a bit more common, but they're mostly like worker drones. They're not like there's not very many intelligent ones, and the few there are not super intelligent.
Okay.
They're like machines attempting to play at being human, but not like very convincingly. That sort of thing.
Okay.
Some are just like automatons. They just do a task and do what they're told. They don't really speak or anything. And in Zhao, they're not super common, but they are around in like Andoran and oh no, how do I never remember anything and anything I do? Ronglu. In Ronglu, they're not uncommon,
Okay.
but they're not like everywhere.
And they're not as
Mostly they're
sophisticated as
drones.
Otto, right?
What?
And they're not as sophisticated as Otto, right?
No, Otto seems weirdly sophisticated. He's moves almost kind of, I guess, too smoothly, is a way to put it.
Okay. Was just trying to gauge if like this was if these things were something that like
Yeah, you've probably seen like a couple, but never
Okay.
one so sophisticated in like
Okay.
its emotions and like
Okay.
its awareness of itself.
got it. That was about to be Adam's next question. Is like, what's a robot? But no, it sounds like they're common enough.
So Otto comes across as cutting edge almost.
Yeah.
Kinda, but he doesn't like his
developed.
build. His build doesn't seem that way because he seems kind of, well, a little ramshackle.
Rickety.
But he seems like, I don't know.
Episode 1 C3PO. Got it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
Back in
Yeah.
character. So Lyle's like, okay,
Well.
so you're saying we got to get there before the robot now.
Or get there. Maybe just go after him. Just follow him.
Okay, we could do that. Leave it to me.
He just puts his hands in his hands like, oh no.
Lyle shoots like a finger gun, and he's like, I'll see you guys there. And he takes off after Otto.
How about the rest of you? What are you doing?
I'm immediately getting up and following Lyle.
I look at a map and be like, okay, Gilded Hand. Where's Gilded Hand?
Adam scratches his head, looks over to the crap. I forget races. The Genji woman.
Oh, the Tony?
Trio.
Yes.
Trio.
Yes. Adam looks over at the Genji woman. You think this is a good idea?
Probably not, but
Gazelle just stands up. Money's money. Let's get to it.
I'm too desperate not to take this.
Could the robot be more useful with us than against us?
Huh.
I am.
Maybe. That's something to consider.
Tori interjects. And exactly how do you intend to turn this robot to our side of things?
Perhaps they just know more about this person than our friends letting on.
I'm not sure what you're on, but the only thing that I know is that if that robot gets there before we do, it'll be much harder to steal that box. We're gonna have to either stop him or destroy him. And I don't think there's any two ways about it.
Don't destroy. Don't. He's
Memory
like,
waddle.
don't just. He's just like, oh, looks very distressed. It's like,
Way
just
walks over to
go.
the lady who had the bread.
Mhm.
He pulls out a gold coin. How much is your loaf there?
Oh, here, I got some extra. Here you go. Just don't worry about it.
Thank you. And can you point me in the direction of the Gilded Hand?
Oh, well, if you go north, it's like she starts giving you directions,
Gotcha.
and one by one, and they seem pretty simple enough. It's not a terribly difficult place to find. It's apparently built on top of a hill that's kind of overlooking the town. It's like the second layer of these two hillsides where like some houses are built and the land was flattened out. So it's kind of distinct because it's kind of stands out. It's kind of among these other houses that are kind of built along this section. So it's not terribly difficult to find. It's also pretty well known.
All
So-
right.
The directions. Yeah, so there you go.
Way kind of grabs the other ones that are left there in the tavern. Come on, guys. We gotta go. We got a job to do.
Finally, someone with some initiative.
Well, at least we have some directions.
All right, so the rest of you all take off after Otto.
Yeah, Lyle's already ridden off. He's snatched his gloves and his cloak on his way out, and he hopped in place for a second, digging through his pocket quickly, throws a couple coins down on the table. What the fuck does what an ale cost?
Like a silver.
Okay, he threw one of his silvers. He won off those chumps earlier on the table.
Go
And-
silver. Let's go silver.
I'll throw a silver down. No, he throws two down. He's a nice tip, and then he runs off. And he runs out of the building and he starts looking for Otto, trying to spot
Otto
him.
is just. Otto, are you going straight home?
Yes.
All right, Otto's just going. He's just moving. He just need to breathe, so he doesn't need to slow down at all.
All right. Lyle mutters under his breath, "Oh crap!" And he starts he throws his cloak over his shoulders and is slipping his gloves on as he's jogging to catch up with this robot who's wandering down the street. And he calls out, "Yo, Clanker!"
Clinker.
Clinker.
So you get about
Otto just keeps walking.
Will's like, "Oh, damn it!" And he keeps he's chasing after this robot. He's trying to avoid anybody else on in the street. Luckily, I assume there's not that many people out because it's getting late.
no. There's a couple people. There's some guards and some uniforms, just kind of going about their business. But there's no. They're not super alert or anything.
Okay, I'm gonna have to catch up to this guy. Do I need to roll anything, or can I just catch this fucker?
Let me just hold on. Let's compare your speeds real fast. Hold on.
Okay.
If Otto, are you running or walking?
I'm just walking.
Sprinting at top speed.
So Lyle, since you're kind of jogging, you'll catch up to Otto, but he does it with like a fast gait. So he's just kind of going. He kind of gets to this right here before you kind of catch up to him. And the rest of you see Lyle going ahead, so whether you run to catch up, you can, and you'll catch up pretty quickly if you want.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I want.
If you want.
As soon as I'm close enough to Otto to make contact, I tap him on the shoulder, and it's like, hey, excuse me.
Otto turns around to look at this man.
Hello.
Lyle's sitting there, he puts up his hands and smiles, and he kind of shrugs, looking, trying to look smooth, but, he's clearly panting, out of breath.
May I help you? Are
Oh,
you in distress?
you're just in time. Like, boy, I am in so much distress right now. And you look like the kind of guy who can help me.
Yes, I can help you.
Lyle stares awkwardly for a moment. And he's like, okay, right, nice to meet you. He seems like he's clearly stalling for time. He kind of leans, looks past Otto, sees everybody else.
Everyone's rapidly approaching.
Yeah, and he kind of looks back to Otto quickly, and he says, let me introduce myself." And he holds out his hand to Otto, and he says, "My name's Alabaster Jones. How are you?"
Otto's holding things in both of his hands, so he just sort of stares at his hand and looks back at Lyle.
Right, robot. Gotcha. You probably have no idea what I'm saying. Well, you see, Mr. Well, what can I call you? Do you have a name or a number, or I'm not sure how it works.
My name is Otto.
Odd.
Otto.
Oddball. Okay, oddball. You seem like an odd fellow. I like you. I like you already. Do you like me? I like you.
So Otto, as you're talking to Lyle, suddenly, this bird woman you saw suddenly approaches you like the wind, and just is suddenly behind you. Sorry about this one. I have a length of rope in my hand, and as the robot is holding things, I quickly run circles around it, with the rope, tying it up, and then I kick it over.
Lyle takes a step back and puts up his hands like, whoa, hey, I had it under control. What are you doing?
Excuse me.
One less thing to worry about. Duh.
Excuse me. You've got your rope around me.
Sorry, hon, that's the idea. As I start tying a knot around behind him.
Otto, would you like to try to escape?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a strength saving throw, or a strength check.
How?
So, if you go to your character sheet, if you hover over strength and just click it, it will roll.
Okay.
So where you have a 16 and a 3, you hit strength. Just click it.
Oh, I see.
It's right under where it says proficiency bonus.
It's right under your name.
Where it says the strength on the side in the big numbers.
Oh,
The
I
name
see.
strength on the side.
Oh,
So just
okay.
click on the word strength.
I did it.
Tori, since you're the one tying up, give me a counter strength roll.
Damn.
Not a save, but a strength roll.
Just -1 from it.
No, -1 from it, so that'd be 18, I guess.
God damn. Shit. Although this bird person took you by surprise and has quickly wrapped you up. Yeah. So,
You're tied
sorry.
up?
You were tied up. Your bread is kind
Can I
of...
help you with something?
Your bread and your payment is kind of held close to your chest.
I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. I just have a job to do and you'd get in the way.
Since this is in the middle of the street, unfortunately, there are guards nearby.
Oh, don't worry about this. I'm just helping him get back
Well,
to where he has to go.
Are there any guards approaching us or anything? Or are they just...
No, they are staring at you, and one is beginning to approach.
Lyle
It's like, hey, what do you think you're doing?
Lyle just like immediately moves to intercept. He puts up his hand like, hey, buddy, how you doing?
What
Yeah,
are you doing? What are you doing that thing?
We're-
Why are you tying it up?
we're here from the Gilded
I don't know
Hand.
these men.
Hold.
He kind of looks past, looks at Otto, like,
Oh,
do
jeez.
you need help?
No,
Yes, please.
we're.
Sir, I'm gonna ask you to stand aside.
Hold on, we're from the Gilded Hand, sir, and
Gilded hand.
yes,
They are not.
this helper
I
automaton.
just saw them at the Sailor's Recite.
This helper automaton is malfunctioning, and we are to bring him back home so that he can get fixed up properly.
I am working perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, and like Lyle puts up his hand and like, you know, does like a cuckoo motion, moving his finger around his ear. And...
Roll me a deception check, you son of a bitch.
Christ.
Nice.
Fuck. All right. Well.
Nice.
Oh, jeez. So he kind of looks at the robot like, do you have to tie it up? That seems cruel.
It's kind of cruel, but I mean, we don't want him to hurt himself or anybody else. Really, it's public safety. You know all about that, don't you, buddy? He says, like patting the guard on the chest.
It's tight.
Just untie him and just take him home. Then, if you're with the Gilded Hand,
We will take him home immediately. We are heading straight there, sir. Don't you worry about a thing. I promise. Scout's honor. Is that a thing?
It's just kind of like, just untie him and just take him home. Just don't.
Don't you worry about a thing. My good friends here, and he motions toward, you know, the guy in the pelts. Is my good friends here. This is Barnaby Jones, and this, and he motions toward the soldier in the straw hat, and he says, and Fred. They are going to help me carry this fellow. Aren't you? He turns around and smiles at Adam and Way.
What are the rest of you doing? As you're watching this happen?
Adam narrows his eyes briefly at Lyle, then
Fred? I think you mean friend. Yes, I am your friend Way.
That's what I said.
Adam narrows his eyes, but then slowly nods. Yeah, I'll help you carry him.
If my legs work, I can walk.
He says that when he's malfunctioning. He says, looking to the guard, and says that reassuringly.
Just. He kind of looks away, kind of notices he's a soldier. It's like, is this all kosher, sir?
Lyle looks at Way and like kind of smiles nervously, gives like a very subtle nod.
Tori kind of gives Way the eye, like, you better say it's fine.
I'll look at Way too. Just staring innocently.
We believe that the robot here is malfunctioning a little bit. It was eating crackers, and I think if you got stuck in the gears inside of it,
It
it's
was eating
causing some.
crackers. What?
Lyle nods. "Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
crackers.
You-
Yeah, that's real bad
It
for
doesn't make
robots.
sense. They were good crackers, though. I did have one.
They're not good crackers.
They were Ritz crackers. They were very good.
They were
Those are
very.
definitely stale.
They were too salty. Wow.
Adam simply shakes his head.
I cannot taste, but I thought they were crunchy.
Okay.
See, it's definitely malfunctioning. Boys, why don't you grab our friend here and we'll be on our way and we'll get out of this poor guard's hair.
Lyle looks at the guard. "Yeah, I mean, we've taken up enough of your time, sir. Don't you worry about it. We'll
Just be. It's just
don't worry.
don't be mean. Just
We're not going to be mean, of course not. You know, we only want what's best for our oddball."
this poor guard just kind of just nods his head, not feeling very sure about this, but just goes along. Just kind of turns, goes about his business. So
Lyle
all right.
smiles and
I don't
waves
remember
to the
everyone's
guard.
character's name, but Way looks over at Sorum's character. Perhaps we can loosen the legs up? I don't want to carry this. It's heavy.
Well, that's pretty good. I don't know if you have to carry him, but you could probably drag him.
Lyle's like, "Yeah, I mean,
Please do not drag me.
It's still heavy.
Lyle's like, all right, well, we got to get him out of the street here. Come on, we're trying, you know." Lyle
There's
looks.
some people
He looks.
like going about the business are starting to look towards you all.
Lyle's looking around for any like dark alleyways nearby. He's like, "Come on."
There's a couple.
All right, Lyle, like, you know, like motions with his thumb, like, "Come on."
I can walk.
You're.
Would you like to
Yes,
be my
let it
master?
walk. Let's let it walk.
You said you were going to the building yet?
Lyle's like, "You guys are making this really complicated. Robot, oddball, I
Yes.
need you to do me a favor. Can you help me? I need you to stop talking."
Well, she did ask. It did ask if we could see your master.
Lyle looks up and he's like,
Master?
"Oh yeah, we should go and talk to them. Man, that's a great idea. Why don't you just do that, and I will be very upset that I missed out on my 300 gold."
Otto, would you like to try to escape again?
Sure.
All right, roll strength again.
Uh,
Is anyone holding the ropes, by the way?
I am not.
Yes, I think I still am.
Tori, then roll me a strength check.
You're a little
This is a
distracted
contest.
now. Better hope.
Which one am I looking at here?
Strength.
Clicking on?
Just the strength on your sheet, not the saving throw, but the regular, like above the number where the strength, the
That's
word
the
strength is. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Otto, you, despite Tori's best efforts, you begin to pull yourself to your feet and start to pull the ropes apart as you kind of just flex and the ropes start tearing a bit.
Wow.
Lyle takes a step back quickly. Uh-oh.
You weren't really
can
supposed
shake
to rip
the
through
ropes
that.
off.
They just kind of fall to the ground.
Okay, see, that works. It can walk now.
Lyle just kind of gives Way a sideways glance and then looks back to Otto. And he's like, "So, sorry about that, buddy," he says, giving a little finger gun to Otto. That's,
Otto looks at Tori.
That's
Please do not
just
do that again.
that's just the Tengri way.
And then he
of
turns and
being
starts
a
running.
friend.
Oh, no!
There you go. There he goes.
Oh goodness.
Lyle puts his hands on his head and he's like, "Yo, man. This is all your fault," he says to Tori real quick before running off after Otto. "Oddball,
Well,
wait! Oddball! Whoa!"
Well, if I hadn't been the only one holding the freaking robot down, we wouldn't be in this situation. What else were we gonna do? He wants to go wants to meet his master. We're not gonna do that. I take off after him too, like Fuck it.
You really don't think that meeting with the master while we distract the master while someone else sneaks in to go get the box isn't a smart plan?
This was the easiest and fastest plan.
Lyle's
So
already
you
taken
all
off. He
start
didn't
to
even
chase after
he didn't even hear Vile's good idea. He's gone.
Adam simply goes after the others.
Yeah, Gazelle just groans and then follows after.
Gazelle.
It's same.
So you all chase after this running robot, and you just start chasing after this poor robot. He's trying to get home with his bread and his payment. He just wants to get home, and you all just chasing after him.
Otto like opens his mouth wide.
The starts going.
Oh no!
Oh Lord! People are just start looking. It's like, what the hell? That's
Well-
a weird noise.
Lyle suddenly.
Oh, I've never heard a robot make that sound
Lyle
before.
stops in his
Most
tracks.
people
He's like,
Are
"Oh,
kind of a little afraid by the noise, so they don't intervene. It's a little scary.
My freaking mind is scrambled.
All right, hold on. Boop! Everyone, come over here now.
What is this the house? Is this
Yeah.
the outside house?
You are approaching the house.
Oh,
Let me
it's a
put
big-
down. Let me put down your tokens.
am I supposed to see something different on the map?"
Do you not?
Try zooming
don't.
out.
I'm zoomed out.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I think I know what happened. For some reason.
I'm over here. No, I'm over here.
Oh, I know what's going on. How do I reset that? There we go. There you go. Should be good, purple.
Yes, I see something floating. There we go. Streets.
Let me just change some things here. Legal.
I'm gonna refresh this real quick. Roll try is being a little funky.
I like how your name is WTF. Wow.
Otto, you're a bit ahead because you just sprinted.
Yeah, I'm running.
You're running. Lyle and Tori are behind you. The rest of you are kind of behind that. Otto, you
Put them
see
in the
your
order
hou-
of their speed.
You see, you see your house approaching, and all right. So your house is this one right here. Do you see that?
Yes.
So that is your home.
Okay.
Are you just gonna sprint towards it?
Yep.
Okay. So you run towards your house, getting about here, before you immediately notice something, and you are all behind him. First of all, the light across the street from your home is put out. The torch, the lantern there, has been doused, and the lanterns in front of the house are also out. But most distressingly, you notice, is the door has been broken into.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Oh shit.
We're too late.
I stop in my tracks.
So you all probably rapidly catch up in front of, and you see the name of the place above the doorway, the Gilded Hand.
Right.
And
I'm about to
you-
reach and grab Tori or Otto, but I kind of notice what's going on.
You see the door broken into, and you see the lights put out.
What?
You all rapidly approach as well.
Lyle comes, like
Something is wrong.
he starts slowing his pace as he catches up, and he stops next to Otto and leans over. He puts his hands on his knees and is panting heavily, and he's like, "Oh my god, why did you do? Oh my god!" And he looks over at Tori and he's like, "Why did you do?" And he looks over at Otto. This what this sounded to me. Oh god. And so he just continues like sputtering gibberish, and then he finally says like, why are we stopped? And he starts to kind of look around and realize something's up.
Otto's going to slowly approach the house and look in the door.
All right. So move your token. Your token is free to move.
Okay.
While he does that, Way is gonna grab. Let me roll a d4 to figure out who I grab.
Is this the door?
Way grabs the
Yes. Between those two lanterns is the door.
Ryle and starts kind of going around the back way. Like, follow me.
Grabs who?
Is it Ryle? Is that his name?
Real?
Yes,
Lyle.
Nightmares.
Oh,
Lyle. Okay.
Lyle, yeah.
Sorry, I changed my name at the bottom on Roll20 to make it easier for everyone. I'm trying to learn everyone's name.
That's probably a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
I'm at least.
I don't know how to do it.
Settings.
I'm at
If you
least.
go to the
The
column
gear
at the
icon.
top right, there's a display name. You can change that. And then you hit save name.
When you're doing the rolls, you can change it to be like who you're
I'll be
rolling
right
as
back.
too.
My
Okay.
dog's barking something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Are you sure it wasn't the music? There's dogs in the music.
I don't hear any music now.
Oops. Oh no.
Oopsie doopsie. Now I feel bad for his dogs because I just threw blame on them. Okay.
Anyway, so Way grabs Lyle. Lyle like stumbles back and he's like, "Hey, whoa, hands up!" And then he kind of notices what Way's taking him to do, and he stops. He assesses the situation real quick. He sees the busted in door, the doused lights, and he kind of, he gets his bearings quickly and just like nods silently, and he starts to follow after Way.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Okay, it was nothing. Sorry about that.
Yep, that was the music.
Okay.
Sorry. Their dogs barking the ambience.
The trio's gonna go up towards the front door. Just try and look in, see what's going on.
Same here.
Adam will make his way around the right side of the building.
Okay, so you go across the street. Can you move?
Is it okay if I move here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Gazelle, what are you doing?
Gazelle will follow after.
Okay, I'm going to reveal the interior now. So I'm moving it to the map layer so you can see it.
Okie dokie.
This is the interior.
Oh,
Oh.
You can step
Fancy.
inside if you wish.
Otto will step inside.
There is some glass on the ground to the left of you from where the part of the window was broken into. There is a candle on the table, on the desk in front of you, the counter that is illuminating the room. The door to the workshop in the back has been broken down as well. You see some light in there, but not much else.
Master,
You hear no response.
Are there any windows on the side?
There are some windows on the second floor, but none down here. And similarly on the right side as well. It's on the right side, it starts to turn around into the backyard of the next house over. There's a well there, there's some bushes, a bucket. It does not appear to have a back door as you came around, because it is right against the hillside.
Lyle's looking up and down the alley, and he's thinking, this looks like a bust.
Adam gets about halfway to the back of the house, looks around, sees that looks ahead, sees how close the hill is to the back of it, turns to face Giselle. I don't think we can go this way, friend.
Aye, seems so.
To the front then, or should we keep an eye out?
Lyle calls.
Stick.
Sorry.
Niall, was it? Do
Yes.
you have a grappling, a rope, anything to get up so we can see inside?
Lyle's like, I'm not going up there. Forget about that.
I'll do it. Just give me the
Lyle's
tools.
like-
I don't have any.
Lyle's like, I'm not giving you my tools. Are you kidding me? I just
There's not much room between this building and the next, so you're a little squeezed in there, Lyle. But it's enough to walk, but
Yeah.
you can press your hand against both sides of the buildings.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try doing that then.
You gonna try to do some sick parkour?
I'm gonna do some hardcore parkour.
Parkour.
What do I
Alright.
need?
I believe this would be an acrobatics test.
Damn it! I have athletics, not acrobatics.
Well, you're not climbing. You're
That's fair. Fuck, I don't have dex either. Oh, this is gonna suck.
just go for it. You're going for broke.
Oh, did I roll off the table? Hey, it's a 17. That's not bad.
That's not bad. Hold on. Let me just double check the second floor.
Lyle's just watching with, mild amusement as ways like,
This amateur. I think he actually succeeds. Oh shit.
Runs up the wall.
There are, as you kind of jump between the two buildings and kind of are running up, jump between, there are some smaller windows. Nothing like super that you can climb through, but you can definitely peer inside. The second floor appears quiet. There's not much noise going on up there. You don't hear anything for sure. But it doesn't look like none of the doors up here are broken in from what you can see.
Is he like dangling from the windowsill or something?
Kinda, yeah. He's just kind of peering inside.
Okay. Lyle calls
And
out.
I will.
You see anything?
There are two rooms you cannot see inside. The doors are closed. So you're just seeing this hallway that's where the staircase leads up to. It seems undisturbed from what you can tell.
Okay. I'm going to kind of shimmy my way back down. It's rather empty up there. There's nothing broken in. There's no one around. There's no trashing of the place. Whatever they wanted is on the first floor.
Better not be our mark. Lyle grumbles as he starts following back out of the alley.
All right.
See what everybody else is doing.
Otto. Tyrael.
Yeah.
Tori.
A little too close for comfort
Are
there,
you gonna
buddy.
head inside?
I will look around the entrance and see if I see anything besides the broken, or besides what we've already seen, and if not, I'm going to head in past Otto and Trio and take a look around.
I'm gonna be heading in as well. Start.
The door into the back room is definitely broken down.
I'm gonna peek in.
The front counters in the office, but waiting room seems pretty undisturbed. Some of the papers look like they were shifted, but nothing seems like it was tossed aside.
Whatever they
Stand
wanted
up,
was definitely in the
look
workshop.
around the lobby, then move towards the next room.
As you step in the
Inside.
back, it is a bit more distressing, as some of this table over here, its legs have been broken, as things have been thrown around, papers are on the floor, glass bottles have been thrown about and broken. This bench that she was working on has been broken and left there. There's books on the ground. The chest back here has been opened and everything inside has been pilfered. This crate over here, this top has been tossed aside and left open. It is empty now. And this table over here was completely overturned. It's put face down. Papers are strewn about. There's some pots on the other side that have just been broken. As you look towards UA's desk, you see that her chair has been tossed aside and someone has started going through the papers. But you do not see your master. But give me a perception check as you enter this back room.
Okay. How do I do that?
It's under skills.
Perception?
Just give me a click. Oh, Otto.
He's too upset to notice things.
Tori. Tyrael.
All right, perception.
Well, even with that advantage, that you still. So, oh my god. All right,
Adam
Tori, it's up to
takes
you.
All this stuff, it's
Can Adam and Giselle want to can they rejoin the group now?
I cannot get my sheet to open. Come on. Hang on, I'm gonna refresh.
All right, while
Okay.
Storm's doing that, what are Adam and Gazelle doing?
What are you two doing?
Adam looks up towards the windows to see if they're possible to climb through, just to get an idea. But he doesn't do anything yet.
You see one window over here on the second floor.
That's a 22 on perception.
Oh shit. All right, so I will get to you in a second because you notice things. But Adam, you there is a window, a much wider window than the ones on the other side, that's kind of pointing towards this backyard. Gazelle, what are you doing?
Gazelle is following after Adam.
Okay, so you both are looking at this window up there.
Yeah.
All right. As you're like looking at the window, perhaps considering going to climb up to get inside, Tori, Tyrael seems a little disturbed, just like how this place is torn apart, and Otto, while you can't read his expression, his kind of motions imply some distress as he's looking around, looking at the broken things. But you, a little less detached, have noticed a bit of blood on the cobblestones right here. It seems like there was some kind of struggle, but there's not seen very much. It was very slight, and in the dark it's hard to see it, but it's there. There's definitely been a struggle here.
How much blood is there?
Not very much. Like a simple cut. Nothing perhaps life-threatening, but at least some minor injury.
I look around and I ask Otto, is your master here? Have you found her anywhere?
I do not see her.
I'm gonna move towards the stairs and call up them.
I say, wait. No, be careful. And I draw all my swords and I walk over.
Lyle's just kind of, he walks in the door with Way. He kind of stops while Way's like wandering in, and he looks around this front room and says, "Wow, what a dump."
I shoot Triel Way and Lyle a look as I grab my swords to say, stay on guard, as I walk over and join Otto by the stairs.
Okay.
Go ahead, Otto.
I was trying to go up the stairs.
Okay. I have to bring in this map. Give me 1 sec. Where is it? There it is. I found it. That's not a token. Don't put it out there, Pat.
Lyle kind of scans the room looking for anything valuable, but he thinks the place looks kind of trashed, and so he kind of writes it off.
There's some papers. The papers on the front counter up front are forms, it seems like, for patients and people coming here, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Lyle stopped Kieran.
And this is the second floor?
This is the second floor. Adam, Gazelle, are you going to try to get in that window? Are you going to hardcore parkour?
Yes.
Adam looks at Gazelle. I can try to climb this, but
Asgore, but please quiet down. We haven't made it.
Oh, sorry, that's my phone. My sister's texting me.
That's cool.
Hey, Majay?
Yeah.
Real fast, when I was on the second floor, can I do a roll to scan the room to see anything?
On the first floor, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Give me, if you're gonna, are you gonna just have a quick look around? Like
Yes.
a perception check? Then give me that perception check.
All right, that's a 12 on the die. Where's my perception? Plus 3, 15.
15, pretty good. You notice the blood stain as well, though it takes you a second longer because you're looking through like the broken things and everything that's been broken into. It seems like there was rapid searching in here, and not so much. And Tori, you noticed this as well. Is that it seemed more rapid than considered.
They took no care in turning over everything.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm not going to go upstairs then.
Okay.
I'm actually going to head outside and see if I can see any tracks to go a different direction. Focus on the people upstairs.
Okay. All right. We'll follow them first. First, let's see. You want to do some hardcore parkour, or you want to climb? If you're climbing, that'll be athletics. If you're doing acrobatics, which is like so kicking off the other building and trying to climb your way up, that'd be opposite of what I just said. Athletics. You'd be climbing up acrobatics would be doing some sick kickflips.
Okay.
I mean, Gazelle's definitely acrobating up. He's parkouring up.
Can I? Am I able to do any checks for tracks in the back area?
Do a wall
Sure,
jump
give
off.
me a survival.
Do a wall jump off BB. Get up there, Ed.
And Gazelle, give me some sick acrobatic roll.
Acrobatics.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
Fall on your fucking face.
You did say survival, right?
yes.
Okay.
I will get to you in a second. But first, let's go. So, Gazelle, you try to figure out how to do this because the other house is like a bit back here. So you're like, okay, so I have to run up this wall, then kick off this wall, then grab onto the ledge over here, and then I'll get up there. And you start to do that, and then you try to kick off that, and you kind of miss. You don't quite get your foot in the right spot, so you kind of just flop on the ground and kind of slide a little bit.
Man, if we're gonna do a parkour, we need Mario sound effects.
Adam turns his head at the noise. What? What's that?
Gazelle kind of just slides the ground to the front of you a little bit as he lands.
Not as nimble as he used to be, old man?
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just give me a sec. just lays there for a second and stands up.
Adam, what you notice is, aside from what you assume is the regular foot traffic from this other house, going to this well, going to the buckets, and like getting water, there is some tracks kind of coming from the street. They're slight, so they're a little hard to notice. But it looks like someone was like walking up down here, and then seemed to stand here, like right here, like, and then went backwards. And it seems at an even pace, so they were not running.
It looks like someone's definitely been here, but
They're kind of exactly where you're standing from looking at that window. You kind of have to look down, lift different feet, and look down.
so Adam begins following after the tracks.
All right. And if is Gazelle gonna attempt again, or is he just gonna follow Adam?
He's just gonna follow Adam now.
Okay.
Already broke his ass once.
Sorry, old
tonight.
man.
He just tries to bite the wall as he like slides down.
Curse you. All right. Upstairs now. Otto, as you come upstairs, it's quiet up here. You know instinctively that this is your room. This one right here.
Hmm.
Jue's room is down here. Both of the doors are closed, and it don't seem like they've been open. There's some small snacks right here. This candelabra's right here. There's some
Okay, I'm
pictures here.
Going to go to her room and open the door. Check inside.
You look inside. There are candles still left lit, and the bed seems to be still made, and nothing appears to have been opened. Although it appears she still has not closed her drawers. Guess we close. You hear nothing in response.
Lyle puts his hand on this door over here, Otto's room. Slowly pushes on it, see if he can get it to open.
It slightly opens, creaking very gently as you open it. It's dark in here. None of the candles are lit.
He pokes his head in, looks around a little bit.
Your eyes kind of adjust to the darkness. Seems pretty undisturbed.
Can I make a perception check?
Sure. You're gonna have to do it at disadvantage because it's dark.
Okay. How do I do that?
So
I check disadvantage and then do it?
yeah. And just click it.
Okay.
And it should do it automatically.
That's easy.
13. It's almost a 20. Damn.
So close.
All right. That's okay, though. So, the thing you notice is this room, from the dark, this room is it's pretty orderly, honestly. Pretty well kept. Everything's in its place. But nothing seems to be disturbed or moved.
No sign of anybody coming in through that window as far as I could tell?
No, not as far as you can tell.
Hmm.
You might have heard Gazelle kind of hit the ground outside.
Yeah, I heard that. It sounded really stupid. It was pretty funny though, so like
He tried his best, damn it.
I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I hope to see him do some more sick parkour in the future.
I want you all to do sick parkour.
I can't wait to do.
Anything particularly valuable looking in here? Just asking.
There's a bookcase over here. There's a desk over here.
Nerd
There's some
stuff.
crates and
Lyle
yeah.
immediately leaves when he sees that shit.
Otto, Tori, Trio.
I make the quick observation. They didn't come up here.
Lyle speaks up. Yeah, I mean,
seems that way.
it looks pretty undisturbed, man. Like, whatever happened downstairs, it looks like. And from the looks of it, I'm going to say the old girl left in a hurry or was taken against her will.
You kind of look over at Lyle and then back at Otto and kind of sneak up by Lyle. They were definitely here before us, I whisper to him. And it looks like they weren't, they were pretty violent. There's a bunch of blood on the floor downstairs.
Lyle raises his brows at that and is like, ooh,
Yeah,
that's not good.
we should get out of here. Because this is a bust.
Ah, man, you know, I knew this was too good to be true. He kind of mutters to Tori, kind of insensitive to, you know, the situation happening right now.
Otto. Sorry. Otto,
What?
what are you doing?
Staring at the empty room.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh,
I mean, Tori kind of looks at Otto and just doesn't know what to do. So she slowly makes her way to the staircase
Yeah,
because
Lyle's kind of
like she's probably pissed this robot off enough already.
yeah, Lyle's leaving too. He follows after Tori and he's just like shakes his head and he's like, man, you know,
Trio.
can't catch a break.
Trio will just move down right here. Looks over at Otto. We might still be able to find her.
Otto will turn to Trio.
Well, find her.
Yeah, we don't. We're trying to we're trying to get. Well, you definitely heard what happened at that tavern. She has something we're trying to get, and well, trying to keep her safe is really the best. It is in our best interest. So, chances are we might go looking for her. You want to come along?
Yes, please.
All right then.
While Triel and Otto are discussing, I want to go downstairs and look around to see if I can find any clues. Besides just the blood.
Okay, are you two gonna head downstairs then?
I think we're all heading down.
Yep.
And I'm going to remove the second floor.
I'm gonna start my search over here by the blood.
Okay.
I want to do an investigation to like see if I can find anything else too.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna do investigation.
If you want to assist each other, that can give you advantage. If you want to search individually, you can.
I'll do it with advantage then. If Lyle.
I'll give assistance to Tori.
I'll help you guys ransack the place too.
All right. What is that? 3 investigation rolls with advantage.
Nope, just one with advantage because you're working together. Oh shit!
25.
All right.
Nice.
That'll work.
So, taking a better look at this struggle, you begin to notice some patterns. There seems to have been a. So, you go into crime scene investigation mode, basically, and you think that what happened is they came here, kind of backed her into a corner, and it seems there was a struggle leading to the blood. There's not a lethal amount of blood on the ground, but there is enough that it's Not enough that you could quickly notice it, but there's enough that it's a little concerning. It seems that the spill was quickly stopped, though. But as you look around, you notice the scuffles. You see scuff marks from shoes rapidly moving through the place, tearing down things, flipping tables, looking through everything, trying to find, which you presume is probably the box, as you've not seen it.
Yeah. Lyle kneels down and he touches the blood on the ground. Is it dried yet? Or is it still pretty fresh?
It's a little fresh.
Okay.
Is it? Oh, it's still warm then.
Yeah. So Lyle,
It's not dried.
Lyle touches it and, he looks at the smudge on his gloves, rubs his fingers together, and he says, well, whatever happened here, it went down not that long ago. Still not dry. And he sits up and he looks around the room.
There were definitely more than one of them, and
They knew what they were looking for, or they at least had something in mind, that's for sure.
they wasted more time making moves.
What are the guys outside doing?
So, in that note, Way.
Yes.
Would you like to do an investigation check or a survival check to try to investigate outside?
Let's
Real
see what
quick,
I
I'm
got.
just gonna take a quick break, okay?
Sure, go for it.
I'm gonna get up for 1 second as well.
Sure.
It's a +1 for me either way, so it doesn't matter.
What'd you get?
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. You don't seem to notice anything, but it's dark out, and you are a filthy human with your inferior vision.
Hey, you
But-
take that back.
I would never take that back. We have shitty eyes as humans. But
You just can't see anything because you're hungry.
you don't seem to notice anything at the current. Aside from the blood out inside, you don't seem to notice anything outside. You can't. This is
Well, we're gonna start going over this way then. I guess I'll look around the other side
okay.
because I didn't see the other two go that way.
You see Adam and Gazelle approaching the street. As Adam is following some tracks leading to the street. And then, if Adam wishes, he may give me another survival check as he follows these tracks,
Yep, I'll do that.
or an investigation if you wish.
Nope, definitely survival.
Okay. 16. All right. Gazelle, what would you like to investigate yourself or assist that?
Gazelle will also check.
On his own? All right.
Yeah.
Would you like to do investigation or survival?
Survival.
Give me a survival check then, as you're looking for tracks. All right. That tumble kind of fucked with you a little bit, so you're
just a bit.
Yeah. Adam, as you kind of come to the street, you see Way, and you notice him looking around. Like you kind of look back down, follow the tracks, and then as you head to the street, they enter the foot traffic that's passing around. It becomes a bit harder to discern, but you do notice as you head into the street is that there's a very, very slight bloodstain right here.
Is there anything beyond that? Any tracks going in a particular direction, or just the bloodstain?
There's a bloodstain, but it has some direction. Seems to have fallen as though it was heading towards you, as though it was falling away from you, as though it was directional in this direction. If you know what I mean, like something was moving and it dripped. It is not a large splatter of blood or anything. It's like a droplet had fallen. And someone was in a hurry.
You there? You were inside, right?
It was. There
Did
was
you
a
happen?
scuffle. There was some blood. I assumed that they went out to look on the upstairs, but I had a peek in through a window. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary up there, so I assume our assailant headed out.
All right. So looks like wherever they went, looks like whatever happened with the blood must have happened first inside. They started heading down the street this way. I don't know how to ping.
You kind of click and hold.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Seems to be going in that direction. Think we should grab the others?
Let's go. Let's take point. Old man, go grab the others. Let them know what's going on. We'll take lead.
Aye. So Gazelle quickly runs inside. Just pokes his head into the door. Aye! We found something out here. Let's get going.
Lyle immediately stands up and he brushes himself off. He says, "Wasn't the liquor cabinet, was it?" And starts walking toward him.
Damn.
Harsh.
Corey looks around one more time before just getting up and heading out the door. Same as the others.
And that as well.
Alright. Otto, you too?
Yeah, I'll follow them.
Lyle stops by the door. He waits for Otto to come out and he says, "How you holding up, oddball?"
Hi. Thank you, Otto.
Lyle stares awkwardly and then starts to slowly walk away.
Sad real butt.
That's rough. He comes and he starts kind of trying to catch up with the others. It's like, "What's going on? What are we looking for here? What'd you find?"
There's some blood bleeding this way. Not much, but it looks like whoever's bleeding is going this way.
More blood, huh? There was blood inside.
We'll have to hurry then.
You happen to find any, like, ominous gold boxes by chance?
Nothing like that.
If only it was that simple.
Should we call the guards?
Well, I was like, "Shh, no guards, no guards." Immediately, he doesn't even hesitate.
Considering our little awkward interaction earlier, that may not be a good idea.
Corey just kind of shrugs, rolls her eyes.
Alright.
I was like, "Well,
Are you... Sorry?
sorry." Lyle says, "Alright. So, what's the game plan here? Because, honestly, I'm ready to write this off as a bust. We came for a box. It looks like somebody already stole the box. I don't know if I want to make this my life's work. I mean, 300 gold, that's nice. But, I mean, someone was obviously willing to hurt someone for this box. Do we really want to get mixed up in that?"
Well, my opinion is we were sent to get the box. Now the box is moved. And this broker didn't want any harm to come to the owner. So we have two things missing here, the owner and the box. Without the box, we don't get paid. But if we save the owner, we might get more out of it. And mount 50 feet of rope right now, because the robot over there is pretty strong, apparently.
And
So,
well, if something bad happens to her, we get turned in.
this is true.
Oh, that little codger. Oh, Lyle's like coming to that realization. He's like, "Man, I'm not gonna catch hell for this. Are you kidding me? This is the last thing I need right now. I should have just stayed at the bar. I could have been in the pub. I could have been playing dice. Could have been having a good time. I could have been chatting up the waitress. But no, I'm in a dark alley with a bunch of weirdos and a robot, and we're following a droplet of blood."
Oh, would you quit your whinging and let's just get going?
Imagine, you could be doing this all on your own. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, Lyle just waves his hand dismissively and he's grumbling to himself as he's following the others.
Alright, folks. As Adam takes the lead with Way, as you start to follow the track, looking for the blood stains, there's ever so often, as now you're looking intently for them, you notice bloodstains ever so often. They're small droplets, and they seem to start getting lighter and lighter as they go, as someone seems to have not noticed that was happening, and then quickly tried to staunch it at some point. You get about here before it seems to stop entirely, but at this point you've kind of isolated some tracks that are kind of seem to coincide, and you come upon right here, and you notice the tracks seem to go around the back of this building. And now we're going to go to that building.
Ho ho.
Acha. Acha.
My chaw.
Now, just because I'm not used to running with Roll20, there is fog of war here, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good. All right.
No,
Let's make sure that was
only-
working.
Only like a big L block, but yes.
That's perfectly fine. That's exactly what I wanted.
Cool.
Let me put down your tokens. All right. So you are all here. The tracks seem to go around behind back here, going through the bushes toward the back. This bar has the name. Where did I write that down? The Twisted Nook, right in kind of very sloppily done, a sloppily done sign above the double doors over here.
Would I know this place?
So, probably.
Hell
You
yeah.
probably stopped. Did like a couple games here. The crowd was a little less willing to put up with you though, so you decide to leave a bad scene before things turn sour.
Lyle stops at the side and be like, "Oh, this place. You know?
You know this place?
Oh yeah, great food. Rowdy crowd though. I don't know if I'm exactly welcome here. But it's fine, don't worry about it.
Well, I won't get in your way this time if you decide to be a distraction.
No. I'm just, Look, we're all adults here. I'm sure bygones be bygones.
Right.
If you say so.
All right.
I double check to make sure I have my disguise kit.
I believe you do.
Put on your Groucho Marx glasses and get in there.
I don't.
Haha, I think you
wait.
just know how to use it.
Oh, wait, I do. Wait, no, I
Okay.
don't. Wait, no, I do.
No, you don't. It does not look like you do.
I don't have a check
Oh,
mark
yes,
next
you
to
do.
it, but I do.
You do have it.
Cool.
I just
Uh,
it's not check marked just because it's not something you equip. I guess.
I'm not going to use it, but I'm checking to double check and make sure I have it.
Absolutely.
While he's looking through his equipment, I'm gonna kind of sneak up around the bushes and start creeping through here.
Okay.
Because the trail is leading this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm just gonna I'm gonna lay low and kind of sneak around.
Adam also follows that trail.
Lyle's kind of fidgeting around out front, digging through his stuff.
Trio will head through the back, towards the back as well.
All right. Are you perhaps trying to be stealthy right now?
Yeah.
Then I recommend that you each roll me stealth checks.
Yes.
If for those of you
Okay.
who are trying to be stealthy.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow after them, but I'm not trying to be stealthy.
Okay, sounds good.
Likewise, Gazelle follows after them, but isn't trying to be stealthy.
Oh my god.
I got a 14 on stealth, I think. I rolled with the band on accident. My bad.
Yeah, okay. Adam, roll me a stealth check.
Is it normal or because I think I might be at disadvantage, but I have scale armor. Scale mail. Do believe. Just want to double check before I roll.
Yep, you do.
Okay.
Oh no. Well, this did not go well for you guys. So
It's fine.
you start going around the back, trying to sneak in, but Trio breaks some branches in this bush. She kind of trips into it a little bit. Gazelle and Otto are just like
Plowing
not
through
even
it.
trying to hide. It's just kind of follow you guys. And Adam, you also have a misstep and kind of fuck up the bushes trying to pass by. It's a little thick. It kind of hurts. It's kind of got some thorns in it.
So like Tori sneaks on through and she's like, "Come on!" And then everybody just fucking bulldozes the bushes.
Basically. Lyle, Way, you watch
Marking
this
band
happen.
behind me.
I'm just going to the front door.
Okay.
I like look at the others and begin to shoo them away, even like almost kicking at them. Like, get the out of here! You guys have like 2 left feet, carving clown shoes on.
There's like a you hear a voice like, what the fuck was that? As you hear some footsteps on some gravel.
Yeah, just back out, back out.
Sounds good.
Backing out.
Yeah, just climb out of the bush, like whatever.
Lyle's just hanging out up
Trill,
front.
Gazelle, you notice a rough-looking man kind of pop out from behind the building, kind of looking towards the street. It's like, hey, don't fuck up those bushes. Let's pay the ass to plant.
Okay. Sorry about that.
All right, good.
Fucking drunks.
He kind of stares at you, and then just kind of goes back behind the building.
Well, we know that guy's there now, so that's something.
Oh, we know people are there now, yeah.
I mean, we could have. Yes.
Wait, are you gonna try to go inside?
Yeah, why not?
All right, so there's
It's a
double
bar.
doors.
It's a bar.
Double doors right here. It does appear to be open.
Okay, I thought that was a door right there.
Nope, that's a window.
Lyle standing
Okay.
next to the
My
window.
bad.
You can see inside. It seems pretty empty from the window.
It
There's a
is-
bartender.
Is it an open bar though?
Does look like it, yes.
Okay, let's go in.
All right.
We'll survey the area.
Gazelle, Otto, are you following? Are the rest of you following?
I'll follow.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to hang out outside here by the door.
I'm being a little shady. I'm kind of hanging out by the window. I kind of peering inside, see size and things up before I wander in.
As I'm kind of walking in, I see Otto coming up and don't let the robot in here. They might know.
That's a good point. Otto, stay out here.
Adam looks over to Trill. No.
Wait.
Adam looks over to Tori. Maybe he'll have better luck going around.
Lyle coughs. Hold on, I got a solution to our robot predicament. Oddball, come here.
Yes.
Lyle reaches into his things, and he takes out his disguise kit, and holds it up, and he says, "You know what this is?"
No.
Are you sure? He dusts off the top of the box. He puts his hand over the big letters on the box that say "Disguise Kid" on it, and he's like,
I don't think it's labeled like that, but whatever. That's fine.
Disguise kit.
"Yes." Now, oddball, follow with me here. You want to find who took your master, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We want to find your master because if your master gets hurt, we will go to jail, even though we didn't do anything. So
You were
right?
trying to steal from her, though.
No, we were trying to help her. You see, it's different. It's different.
I don't think it's much different.
It's pretty different. Look, we can argue semantics all night, oddball. But the point is, you want to find your master. You want to find your master. Our goals are aligned right now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So we are going to work together. Now, we are going to go in there. We are going to try and find your master or who took her. But if they see you, they are going to assume that we are with your master, and they will try to beat us up. And that would be bad. We can agree on that, right?
Yes, I understand.
Yes. So, oddball. For now, you are not.
My name is Otto.
Okay, whatever. You are not. Your name is no longer. Audi, whatever. You are Miguel Sanchez. Say it with me. If anybody asks your name, you say, "I am." He holds his hand out to Otto invitingly. Miguel Sanchez. That's right. Because we are going to trick them. Because they can't know if they know your auto, we'll get in trouble. And they might hurt your master. So,
if I may, perhaps the strong silent type suits our friend better.
yeah, better yet, don't talk to anybody. But if anybody says your name is Miguel Sanchez, if I say Miguel, you say hello.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to disguise my friend Otto here. Or maybe I should just give it to Otto and let him disguise himself. He knows how to use it too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So
well,
all right, I'm gonna give the disguise kit to Otto. So okay, put this on.
okay.
There's a sombrero. There's a big fluffy mustache. There's a poncho in there. It's great.
All right. So Otto, you gonna go in the bushes, and you just need to go down to where your tools are. You just need to click on disguise kit.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Kind of ducks into a bush, pops back out just in a robe. This got this big fucking sombrero on his head, and like
It's a Mexican guy. You don't even recognize him.
yeah, he looks. You can't recognize it's Otto. It's a good disguise. You're kind of surprised.
Do I look okay?
Lyle stares at Otto, looking a little impressed, and says, yeah, it's great. Great.
The only thing really even slightly noticeable is underneath like this mask he's putting over his face. His eyes kind of glint if the light hits it just right. That's it. Otherwise, he's got gloves, he's got a robe, he's fully covered. You don't see any hints of roboticness.
It's not a robe. It is a poncho, but thank you.
Poncho, but all right, fair enough.
it's impressive, I must say.
Lyle's like, yeah, I told you, you've done with a professional here.
You've done this often, I see.
No comment.
All right, you heading inside.
Shall we go inside?
Yes. Remember, Miguel Sanchez.
Right.
All right.
Miguel Sanchez.
So you all inside except Tori?
Gazelle just rolls his eyes and follows the others
I'm
inside.
gonna walk in with Adam and Otto. Miguel.
All right. Way, as you approach the bar, the bartender looks like a fucking sour son of a bitch. A human with a kind of a fucking mean-looking face. Got a mustache. Got a little bit of a beard. His hair's kind of slicked back. He's going a little bald. He's cleaning a glass. He's got some muscles to him. He's got some girth. Looks pissed perpetually. He kind of looks up at you as you approach the bar. What do you want?
Would like. What is it they had at the other place? Ale. I would like 1 glass of ale.
Yeah,
I
sure.
pull out a gold coin there for him.
He kind of looks at it for a second. Just kind of puts his hand on the table, puts his hand over it, slides it towards him, and he kind of grabs a glass and starts pouring some ale, and it kind of pushes it towards you. There.
Thank you. Not much of a talker, are you?
He just kind of stares. Glare.
Alright, you know what? That's cool, man. That's cool. I'm just gonna go sit over here with my girl. You just do you, boo.
The only other people you see in the bar, or I guess it's a bar, tavern, whatever, are 3 people. There's a human and a Yord arguing in the corner over here about some shit. They're speaking in Yord. There's a Yord in the corner, just kind of chugging down some drinks, just kind of looking real drunk. Looks like he's about to fall over
Nice.
over here.
Okay. I'm going to, if I can, I'm going to survey the room and look for any other entrances or doors.
The only other door you see, aside from the front door, is this door over here into the back.
Gotcha.
What are you doing, guys?
Gazelle heads over to this table over here
Mhm.
and takes a seat.
All right, take a seat.
Or-
Here. If you hold Alt, you can put yourself whenever you want.
Oh,
There you go.
okay, cool.
Oh, cool.
Adam joins Gazelle at that table. Also attempts to listen in on whatever the word-based argument is about.
Yeah. Moved a little bit closer so we could kind of maybe sit and listen in.
Vile, Otto, Tori. Trio.
Lyle is noticing that there's a door over here, and then the bartender is standing right next to it. And so he is going to strategically place himself over here so he could maybe, if necessary, lure the bartender away from that door.
As you sit down, bartender doesn't go towards you at all. He just stands where he is. He doesn't seem to give a shit.
I'm gonna try and make eye contact with Lyle as he goes to sit down over there. If he notices me, I'm gonna kind of shake my hand, almost like a whack-off sign, to mimic rolling dice, and kind of point my thumb behind me, the bartender.
Lyle notices
Very,
way,
very coy.
and he motions toward the bathroom. If you're going to do that.
You dick.
Otto's gonna stand awkwardly in the doorway.
How tall are you, Otto? You pretty tall?
No,
Okay.
I'm below
Bartender.
average human height.
The bartender seems not impressed by your appearance, though he does take note of your silly hat.
It's pretty cool, huh?
He kind of looks up at it and stares. He goes back to cleaning his glass.
Lyle,
Adam?
not following Way's lead, then Lyle, on his own accord, decides to take out a little change purse and drop it on the table in front of him so that it makes a nice little jingling sound, and then reaches into the pouch and takes out his dice and starts jingling them in his hand and, rolling them on the table every now and then, just, make enough noise to get people's attention.
Alright. Before we do that, I will answer Adam and Gazelle's question about what the argument's about over here.
By all
If
means.
that's alright. Alright. So they're talking in Yord, so you two understand it knowing Yord, and anyone else who does. They're not being quiet, so it's not hard to hear them. They seem to be arguing about rumors that they're hearing. The dwarf is saying it's nonsense. The human's saying, no, it's true. People are disappearing, man. They're just have disappeared from the streets. My fucking friend who lost his house just fucking vanished one day, man. I was like, wow, happens all the time. It's being ridiculous. Chill the hell out. Get another beer, you idiot. He's like, no, it's god damn it. Listen to me. And this seems to continue to try and press the story he's heard. But the Yord is just not having any of it as he just continues to drink his ale.
Adam looks over to Gazelle. Well, what do you make of this?
Distressing if it's true.
Yeah, disappearing.
The human is gonna get up from the table. He's like, "Ugh, fine. See if I care if you fucking disappear, you asshole." And he just kind of drunkenly stumbles toward the door.
Oi!
Huh? He stops right here. What do you want? You fucking
Adam turns his head. And
piece of shit. You think you're better than me?
Damn. Get a little
Adam
bit
simply shakes his head, but begins speaking in Yord. Said something about disappearances.
It's fucking some kind of monster in the city, man. It's taking people. I ain't safe for this shithole any longer. Ugh. Just kind
Fair
of,
enough.
he stumbles in the chair and kind of glides against wood and a sharp noise. He's like, as he stumbles toward the door. He just kind of gets
Oh, he got wide.
You get stretchy.
It's stretched out.
Whoa. And he pushes open both the doors as he just kind of pushes his way out. He doesn't pay Tori any mind. He just goes down the road, just kind of stumbling the entire way.
Okay. And Tori looks in through the doorway and tries to see what's going on inside.
What the hell was that about?
Thought about posting up outside just in case anything weird happened, but now she just decides to walk in.
Okay.
And she's going to try and walk right over here and sit at the bar.
The bartender, now that we've answered that question, will now respond to the dice and the bag of coins,
Yes.
let's say, and will look towards you and just kind of narrows his eyes and then approaches you, kind of glancing at Tori as she sits down. What do you want? Ale. He kind of glances at Tori, kind of goes back, grabs a glass, grabs a bottle, just kind of brings it back, pours a bottle, and just kind of slides it towards you as he goes back towards Lyle. Kind of stares at Lyle. He's like, what do you want? Kind of stares at your dice and your bag of coins.
Lyle just grins, and he leans in a little bit closer. He's like, oh, I'm just looking for a good time like any old guy. What do you say you get me a bottle of your finest ale, and, oh, well, you consider yourself a lucky man?
He kind of stares at you, and keeps staring at you, and then he gets close to the bar and kind of leans over and stares at your face.
Uh-huh. Lyle kind of slowly leans back and, you know...
You been around here before, friend?
Lyle laughs nervously. Me? No. I just got one of those. I got one of those recognizable faces, you know.
No. See, I think I recognize.
No,
you,
I get mistaken for that celebrity. That Gordon fella all the time.
Really.
Ajay, while he's distracting him, I'm gonna try and sneak back.
Give me a step check. You are being assisted by Lyle's distraction, so I will give you advantage.
Yay! I need it. Hey, that's better. 13. Actually, wait, do I have anything on stealth? No, I don't. 13.
Okay, 13. He's decently distracted, I will say. So he may hear like the creaking of your chair, and he might start glancing back, but he kind of turns his eyes back to Lyle, very suspicious of him, as he's just kind of glaring into his face. It's like, yeah, I remember you. You came around here with those dice before, didn't you? You kind of got some money off our boys, as I recall. They weren't too keen about that, were they, boy?
Well, I was like, I think you have me mistaken for another fellow.
He puts one of his muscly arms on the bar as he kind of leans towards you. Oh, I don't think you're welcome around here, friend.
I'm gonna motion for Trial to follow me.
Alright. I will.
Lyle smiles nervously and says, oh, come on. You know, you see, he's kind of like, he's stammering a little nervously.
He kind of gives you a toothy grin as he puts his hands around the bag of coins. He's like, I'll tell you what, friend. I'll just take this. And then you could just sit here and have some ale, and then you can shut the fuck up and leave me the fuck alone.
Roger, real fast, your window on the door.
No, it is a solid door. Does that sound good to you, friend?
Well,
I thought so.
Lyle
He
reaches
starts
up,
pulling the coins away.
Lyle pats his hand on the back of the guy's large hand, and he says, now, hold on. Now, I'm a reasonable guy, but my friend Miguel, he says, leaning his head toward Otto and speaking up, might might not approve of this because he is. To be frank, I owe him some money, and he might take issue with this. So and Miguel, I mean, he's a pretty small guy, but he knows that there's that Genji kung fu stuff, and you don't want to mess with him.
Majay, since I'm following Wei, should I be rolling stealth as well?
Absolutely. You also get a distraction, so also get advantage.
All right.
As Tori, I'm going to dump my ale out on the floor.
Oh.
And I'm gonna creep down to this chair here. And I'm gonna ask the bartender, I'm sorry, can I have just another glass, please? Or I'm sorry, I don't know. And I start trying to talk to him.
He kind of glares at Lyle, kind of glances at Tori. He kind of looks back at Lyle, and he lets to go with the bag, and he shoves your hand off his hand. I better not see you play any fucking dice games here, boy.
14 good.
14's good enough.
Yeah.
Zoop.
You hear me, boy? If I see a single die hit this fucking bar, your ass is going out in the fucking forest to rot. You hear me?
Lyle just slowly makes a finger gun motion. Crystal clear, my friend.
Alright, I'll get you another ale. He kind of goes back, he gets the bottle, and starts filling you back up. And meanwhile, Miguel Sanchez, you watch Tori and Triel go into the back.
No, Tori's still out here. You mean Wei?
Oh, sorry. Wei and Triel, my bad.
Yes.
Alright. Let me just go ahead and reveal what's back here real quick. Boo-boo-doo. As you step at the back, and you are being relatively quiet, as quiet as you can be anyway. Hold on a second. Boo-boo-doo. Scooby-doo. Boo-boo-doo-ba-ba. Boo-ba-ba. Boo-boo-boo-ba-ba. There's a guy right there.
I need a 10-minute
Nice.
compilation of all
His-
manga sounds.
So, working at the stove here is this rough-looking fucker cooking some shit. He doesn't seem to have noticed you as you kind of sneak inside. This seems to be like a back area, like a small table with papers, business shit. There's some foodstuffs on the table over here. There's a lute. There's a bucket of water. There's a lyre over here, and there's a broom. Just various food and business-related things.
Rooms are food.
There's a back door, it appears, right here. And there's another door as you kind of peer around these crates right here.
Okay, I'm going to kind of pretty stealthily, but not creepering around. Make my way kind of over here to this door.
Okay.
I'm going to be following.
Man, you missed the perfect opportunity to take him out with the loot.
That would have been
Oh,
funny.
his ass.
Alright. Wei, what are you doing? Are you just going to open the door?
Yeah, does the guy even notice me? Do I have to roll again for stealth or?
He does not seem to notice you, no.
Okay, yeah. I'm assuming there's no window on the door.
There's no window on the door.
All right. I'm gonna kind of get on my knees, so I'm kind of tucked behind the crate, so he can't even see me. And put my ear to the door. Do I hear anything?
Give me a perception check.
Do I have perception? 14.
14?
Yep.
Alright. It's very, very subtle, but you hear the turning of a page, pretty close to the door. Like someone's looking through some papers. Very close to the door.
Okay. Simple enough. I motion back to trail,
Yeah.
and I'm motioning that person by the door. Thumbs up. I'm just gonna open it and walk in.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Hey! Oh, jeez.
Dun dun dun.
All right. Yeah. No other choice but to follow.
Okay. Well, hold on. I gotta hide something real quick here, because that's a room you can't see inside.
Okay.
And there is a dude right there.
Nice.
He was reading a book, and suddenly he stepped into this room, and the door kind of slams into his face, because he did not think this through. He was like, ah, fuck! What the fuck, man?
Oh! I am so terribly sorry. I was not expecting someone to be right there.
Wait, who the fuck are
it's-
you?
I am a dude looking for the bathroom. There was not one in the tavern. I assumed it was back here.
He kind of stares at you for a second. Did he fucking let you back here? God damn it, that fucking idiot. Roll me a persuasion check, actually.
Oh, roll you what check?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay.
No, deception. This is deception. You're
Deception.
trying to deceive him.
Even better.
Damn it! I have stuff in persuasion. You son of a bitch.
Bad. You should have tried to deceive him then.
Damn it! I got a 4.
Uh-oh.
He kind of stares at you. He's like, he's like, ah, fuck it. Wait a minute. He kind of notices you look like a soldier. It's like, who the fuck are you? And he starts pulling out a scimitar.
Whoa. Put that away now. Come now. Have you not seen travelers come to this place ever? You work on the docks. You're located pretty much on the docks.
We are we're pretty far from the docks, friends.
Yeah, I'm traveling a little bit.
That's not really a good excuse, sir.
Look at me! I'm dirty! I'm traveling.
I wasn't gonna judge, sir, but that's...
Besides, I may look like a soldier, but look at this. And I'm gonna kind of reach my cloak. I know he's on guard. And I'm gonna pull out my trinket of the broken sword handle.
Okay.
See? I don't even have a weapon.
Do you not have a weapon on you?
No, I do, but I'm trying to fool him here. By showing him that I have a broken weapon.
Does that warrant another roll, or do you still just get fucking wrecked from that last shitty roll?
I will say you get another roll for that. This is gonna be a little harder.
Do I get an advantage on that one because I actually have something to show him?
No, because you have to have your weapons on you, right? You have a crossbeer.
How are you hiding a crossbeer then? Pretty fucking large.
If you roll really well, then let's see what happens.
Trail might need to give him a hand.
Oh no, that fell off the table. That's a 2. Oh god damn it! The other guy landed on a 19. God damn it!
He just kind of stares at you. He looks at the spear on your back. He's like, "Do you think I'm a fucking idiot?"
I was
Like
hoping.
I have enough room in here to wield a spear.
That's not the point. You get the fuck out right the fuck now.
All right. I'm putting the thing away. Okay. The handle. Okay. Well,
This other guy is like, "What the fuck is going on? Hey, what the fuck are you doing back here?"
all right. As I'm walking out, I'm gonna get a quick look around the room. Do I see any other, like, doors? Any like
Give me a
like basement cellars?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. God, holy crap! You know what, Di? You're going across the room. How's it 4?
Okay. So all you really noticed is this door, which perhaps is to the alleged bathroom that may exist or may not exist. And maybe all in your head that maybe there's bathrooms. Bathrooms are the thing.
I mean, there's bushes outside.
Yeah, that's what the buckets are.
These guys start like pushing you out, and he has his weapon drawn. He puts his hand on his weapon, but doesn't draw it. It's like, get the fuck
Alright.
back!
We're going.
Alright,
I'm
alright,
going.
okay.
I'm
Get
going.
the fuck out here, lady!
Hey man, you be careful with my girl.
Christ,
Jesus, man, I just wanted to go to the bathroom.
Tori, what the fuck, man? Why'd you let them back here? He looks up from Tori. He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I didn't let them back there."
Did you
I
say
didn't do
Shori?
anything.
Is this-
As
this
I'm making a commotion and walking out, I'm gonna kind of like gesture my hands, like I'm being kind of frantic, but motioning to come outside. Hopefully, someone picks up on it.
does.
The bartender
Aga.
leaves you and starts going, and these two start arguing.
Adol will follow.
You can't fucking let people back there, man.
Also gonna be following.
This is a private fucking area. Don't fucking let them go fucking shit in a fucking bush. It's like, I didn't let them back there. I don't know what you're fucking talking about. Don't fucking lie to me, man.
This is entertaining.
Lyle, Tori, you're just watching these two argue at this point.
I'm watching them argue, all right.
I am just kind of sipping the ale, watching this argument unfold.
It's not great ale, but it's passable. It'll get you drunk.
It's just sipping, and I mean, this guy's got a scimitar, and the other one looks pissed.
He puts away a scimitar as he's arguing with the bartender.
Adam gets up and heads outside.
Okay, Gazelle, what are you doing?
Yeah, Gazelle stands up, like, kind of groans, and then just kind of walks out, follows the others.
Lyle he gets up, he drops a coin on the on the counter. He don't want any more trouble. He starts walking by. As he's passing by Tori, he's like, this is a bust, man. And he starts walking out.
Tori looks around one last time.
These two are just arguing and shit. They're not. They're very distracted.
Tori just drops a piece of gold on the table and heads out, like, no, like, completely, no subtleness at all, just gets up and walks.
Okay. You all step outside. Door closes behind you. What are y'all doing?
Lyle walks up to Way and says, well, that was great. Good job.
There wasn't much back there, but there was someone standing guard, and there was an extra room I couldn't get to.
Well, it sounds
Didn't want to have to start a fight I didn't need to.
sounds to me like they don't want anybody back there for some reason.
I was looking for the bathroom.
Yep. Okay, well. Lyle straightens his back, links his fingers together, cracks his knuckles, says, all right, why don't we do this my way? And he starts heading toward the
What
bushes.
are you thinking?
He doesn't explain himself. He's just, he stops by the bushes. He looks left and
Wasn't the
right.
last way your way?
He stops and he turns toward Way and says, no. And then just dives into the bushes.
Stealth check, or are you just walking?
I'll do a stealth check. What the hell?
Give me a stealth check.
I'll be sneaky. A sneaky boy.
Show me what you can do, Mr. Rogue. Oh, God.
That's not very sneaky.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ.
Lyle comes
As you go
stumbling.
to walk through the bush, you
And-
also trip in the bush.
He's like,
After
what?
it's been torn up very well.
He's like, who messed up this bush? Damn.
The first step is always the worst one, isn't it?
you hear a voice like, God damn it, not again.
Crazy.
This guy comes around the corner, is like, what the fuck you doing back here, man?
And Lyle just puts up his hands. He keeps approaching the guy. And he's like, hey, brother. The guy out at the bar there, he told me to come get you. I guess, like, your buddies out there, they're having some sort of disagreement about something. I didn't catch all of it. Something about, something in the back, or whatever. But I was just having a drink, and they told me to come get you because they need to change the plan.
Give me a deception check.
I don't know what this plan is about, but it's
Because you are lying.
Oh, I'm lying.
Lying at your fucking
Oh,
ass.
fuck. Your deception's way better than yourself.
At least he's good at it.
It's like, God damn it, not again. It's just we haven't had
Yeah.
a tonight. Fine.
Hey man, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It sounds like the last thing you need right now. I'm sure you've been a really busy guy. You know, you look like a hard worker. I bet they don't appreciate you. That's really not fair.
They
but-
really fucking don't, man. You know how fucking hard I fucking work? Work me to the bone.
Oh,
And
I-
just some late out for fucking hours.
Oh, I
God.
believe it. I believe it. I've been there myself, buddy. Oh, you know. Oh.
Look, man. I'm gonna head inside then. Just go back to the street, would you?
I'm just
no cause of trouble.
look, man. I got no reason to get in your hair. I'm trying to do you a favor, bud. You know.
All right. We'll just head back to the street.
I'm going.
He just
Lyle starts
kind of
making.
goes back here. You hear a door open, and you hear him head inside.
All right, and then Lyle suddenly starts doubling back. He looks back
Adam,
toward the others.
way. If you peer through the window, you do see the guy kind of come at the front and start joining the arguments.
Okay.
I'm gonna peer around this corner.
Let's go. Let's go.
Move.
You don't see anyone back here
I
now.
don't see nothing. Looking around the
No,
corner.
you see like a couple beer bottles right here where he had obviously been drinking.
Okay. I'm going to go and pick up one of the beer bottles, and I am going to throw it.
Where are you gonna throw it?
I'm going to throw it straight ahead, try and break some shit.
Like over here,
This way.
in here, over here. Okay. You throw a beer bottle. It kind of hits this pile of firewood, bounces, and then shatters on the ground right over here.
Yes. And then I duck behind the corner again.
You hear a voice like, "What the fuck? Shit, there's enough stupidness shit tonight." And someone comes to the door, pokes out, kind of peers around, looks. It's like, what the fuck was that?
Okay.
He's gonna stand there looking around. What do you do? He steps out a little bit, looking around. Is there anyone fucking out here?
I am going to try and slip behind him into the door.
I will admit, this is a new man, so I'm gonna give you one more chance for stealth.
Okay.
Good luck, man.
Let me roll his perception.
Cross my fingers.
Hold on.
Can I just say I'm enjoying listening to all of this. This has been absolutely hilarious and fun.
Good. I'm glad. I'm enjoying it too so far.
Okay, there we go. Oh, it's just basically just a... All right, let's see what happens. Hoo-boo. Oh, he rolled a...
A 5?
Oh, did you see that? Oh, it was supposed to be hidden.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's
Nope.
just, like, it still says, oh, I see, you're probably supposed to hide it.
Yeah,
Let me try that again.
I
So
see.
it will still be a 5. There we go. Now it won't be hidden. Now it'll be hidden. But it was a 5, so he does not notice you.
Is there any windows?
The only window is right here,
Okay.
and there's this door that's now open, kind
Over
of
here.
blocking this. Yeah, you see back here.
So there's no windows where I could see my buddies.
No.
Okay. Fuck them then.
You do see, like, Lyle sneak by. You do hear this guy kind of look, scratching head and looking around,
I'm gonna
not looking behind him because he's a fucking idiot.
creep in this room and I'm going to close the door, not all the way, but enough to where this guy can't see me if he just turns around.
Okay. Before we get to what Lyle sees, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to hang out. Actually, I'm just gonna hang out right here. We're gonna do anything else.
Okay.
Phoebe, you're a barbarian, right?
No, Ranger.
Ranger, okay. Are you a buff ranger?
I am a buff Ranger.
Okay, since you're a big guy, I'm gonna kind of smack my fist on my hand, motion to the other guy.
Adam nods.
Okay, we're gonna go sneak attack him.
All right, then
See if we can knock him out.
All right, give me stealth checks to see how surprised you get him.
Oh no!
Because if you are trying to sneak behind him without causing a racket, you're gonna need to be stealthy. If
Good luck, BB.
You fool!
Oh, never mind. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you roll.
I mean, you had me roll at disadvantage, sir.
I mean, I had a 2, so.
Actually,
that's actually not bad.
that's actually not bad.
You kind of start tripping, and he turns and looks at you. He's like, what the fuck? And then Adam gets up behind him, and as you get... So both of you will get an attack. I will give Adam advantage, because he snuck on him.
Okay, I'm going to attack with... I'm going to attack with my spear as a two-hander.
Okay.
Wow, we're murdering this
And
guy.
I believe Polearm Master is a bonus attack. I don't know if I get that, though.
Well, you'll get a second attack. That's all it gives you.
Okay.
But you still get your attack. So give me that roll, son. Advantage.
Not great.
What was the bed? What was the skies? AC. Oh no. Way. You give me your roll without advantage.
It's fine. I guess I'm just going to attack. I don't know what he was planning, but I was planning just to knock the dude out, so.
But is that a separate action? I don't know shit about this. You guys gotta...
No. You just have to declare. That's all.
Yeah, I'm going to try and hit him with the end of my sword. Not the bladed end, the hilt. No, not. Holy crap, dice. That's a 4.
You both swing and you both miss, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
It's like,
Yeah,
what
my
the
dice
fuck?
have gone poopy.
Who the fuck are you? Jesus Christ! He goes for a scimitar. And he's gonna get a swing off. As he, an instinct, swings it away. We're not gonna go with initiative, because it's just this one guy and he hasn't called for help yet. Oh, that's a 18 hit?
Yep.
Ooh, that's 7 damage.
Yikes.
He gets a nice cut across you as he cuts into you and starts backing up instinctively. So you'll both get opportunity attacks because he's a little tipsy. Actually, on that note, why did I close this sheet? So, disadvantage, you rolled an 8, so you take no damage. Never mind.
Nice.
So you're good. Because he is tipsy. These motherfuckers are drunk as shit.
We
How
said
do
our
bonus
effective
action-
opportunity.
How do bonus actions work? Or do I have one?
You do get an attack. So go ahead and roll again.
Yeah. So this one would be Polearm Master?
Mhm.
Yes? Okay. So just that.
Ooh,
That'll hit.
Nice.
Even if without advantage, that'll still hit.
Oh shit, I don't think, I'm not supposed to roll with advantage, my bad.
You're good. You still hit. So just click on Polar Master Attack, and it'll do the damage.
That was a, okay, I see. Sorry. Click that, or...
Oh, Jesus.
He's dead, Jim.
Wait, no, that's to hit.
Yeah, I didn't, well, okay, I click on Polearm Master Attack, like the...
Yeah. End the rolling, and that'll do the damage.
Oh, okay.
5 damage. Alright.
Okay. Yeah, I misclicked and clicked the other thing.
You smack him across the face as he backs up, and then you will get your opportunity attacks. So, Way, Adam, swing your head, motherfuckers.
Okay, so regular attacks on this one?
1d4 plus 4. 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 1d4 plus
You do not get advantage. It's a straight roll.
Okay, but you still pick whatever.
You pick whatever weapon you want, but Polar Master is not
Right.
is a bonus action thing, so you have to do normal attack.
Okay. Spear this.
That'll miss.
Yep.
Gonna go for another attack with the. Try and hit him with the end of the sword there. That's a 19 on the die. That's probably a hit.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What would you classify the bludgeoning end of a sword for damage?
Just you roll your damage roll, and it'll just be that.
Okay.
Is that a? I guess this is more just me trying to understand. Is that? Because I thought each weapon, like action, had its own damaging type, so if the sword doesn't have one, then it can't.
No.
Okay. Okay.
It'll just be the damage type it is, and you just declare whether it's a fatal blow or a. You don't declare anything. It's counted. It'll be assumed that you're trying to kill, but if you declare I'm doing non-lethal, you will take that into account.
Okay.
Gotcha. I got a total of max damage 10.
Nice.
All right, that is enough. Are you being non-lethal, or you?
Oh, 100. Yeah, 100% non-lethal.
As he's backing up and he gets struck across the face by this spear, and then hit with the brunt of the sword, he kind of goes out like and just kind of slumps to the ground right here.
Nice.
He's dead, Jim.
Could have gone better, but it's like it worked.
A little clumsy, but it worked.
The door is open, and you still hear arguing going on.
Adam makes his way towards where the others can see him and begins waving them over.
Alright.
All right. You're all heading inside?
I would say so, yeah.
All right.
Following after where Lyle was.
Lyle,
Yeah.
you hear a little bit of a ruckus behind you, but the other guys in the bar don't seem to have noticed, and you press forward. Now give me a perception check.
I will do that for you.
12. All right. So
Scanning
you
the
notice
room.
this door here, and then in the dark, just kind of barely, you notice a trap door right there, with a table returned that you assume was on it.
I'm gonna walk over to the doors. I'm gonna turn around as the door creaks open behind me. I get ready to hide until I see Way and Trail, and I relax.
As you approach the trap door, you hear just someone having a very, very bad time in there, inside, whatever this room is. Just a sick fart. Not having a good day.
Oh no! Someone's ripping ass.
Sick fart. Oh.
So
That's right, the bathroom is back here.
Are they having an argument in the bathroom?
No.
Okay, so-
On the shitter, just like screaming at each other.
Oh god.
all right, so
Why did I fucking eat that shit?
Lyle
Maybe just one guy Nick.
Jeez.
Lyle stops suddenly when he hears that rancid fart, and he plugs his nose with one hand and with his other hand waves it in front of his face, and then he turns and looks back toward the others coming in the room, and he puts one finger up to his mouth in a shushing motion, and then points to the bathroom door, and then slowly moves his hand to point at the trap door. Now, I have a question.
Yes.
Judging by this bathroom door, does it look like it opens out into the room or into the bathroom?
It looks like it opens into the room.
Okay. I am going to try and discreetly move something in front of the door to barricade whoever's in there inside of it.
Okay, let me lay out.
that's so mean.
Let me lay out what you got around you. You have some bags of what you presume is like grain and whatnot right here.
Uh-huh.
Grain, rice, all that sort of stuff. You have a barrel, which, judging, well, you don't know quite what is inside, but you assume it's a liquid. Diddle with this. and then you have this table over here. And there's more crates over here as well as this chair and this end table. That's kind of what you have options available to you.
Okay.
How are you gonna trap this poor fucker in this bathroom?
As everybody else is filing into the room, I'm going to walk over. I'm going to grab this chair. I'm going to just walk right back up, and I'm going to put it up against the handle of the door and just, position it so that when the asshole tries to open it, he gets trapped inside.
All right. Sounds good to me.
That's
So you all see Lyle put a chair in front of this door, keeping it closed, and you just hear this poor guy having a very bad time. It's like,
Oh, I thought giants smelled bad.
That's a smart idea. We know this door opens in this way, so I'm gonna try and move one of the crates and
All right.
barricade it in there too, so they can't sneak attack us.
You can do it by yourself, or you can have assistance. If you do have assistance, you do it easily. And I assume you get assistance. So you managed to just put it straight down.
Yeah, animals.
Easily enough.
That.
So you block that door. So you are now sealed inside this room. The smell is kind of leaking in here. A little bit. It's not a good.
I'm going to check
it's
my
not good.
inventory for matches. Hold on.
I'm glad I can't smell.
Let's not light a match.
I got
Unless
a
Adams is Lyle going to say anything about the trap door, or
He pointed it out, and now that you
I pointed to it,
out of
yeah.
the room, you can see it. It's in the dark. It's kind of nestled nicely to the floor, but you can see it.
yeah, Adam approaches the trap door.
All right. It's got a slight rope that's kind of left on the floor next to it. It's kind of the handle. You kind of reach down. You give it a simple lift. You kind of push up against the wall, and it reveals a staircase going down into a dark basement with a single torch ahead of you on the bottom of the stairs.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just going to go ahead and copy all of you. And we're going to go to the next map, and then we're going to close it out because it's almost midnight.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
What, that's it?
Yeah. You've now entered this hideout.
Oh.
Our first dungeon, yay!
But I want to keep
That's
playing
your
for
first
another,
dungeon.
like, 4 or 5 hours. What the hell?
No.
Come on. We got to get these closer to FFZV numbers.
God.
Probably not.
I will go mad.
I have a hard stop time, so I'm sorry.
I'm so disappointed I didn't get to cast Magic Missile.
When's your hard stop time?
About now.
Oh, well, I guess that
We're
works.
gonna close it out.
We could honestly stop earlier. If we could start earlier, that'd be better.
I would be fine with starting earlier. We got a little bit of a late start because I was goofing off, and then we started about an hour later than we probably should have.
Well, we did start like a little late, so I like having it be a set like 5 hours is a good amount of time. And this is just like this is the first session, so this was gonna take a bit.
That's not 5 hours.
Yeah.
And 3 hours tops.
All right.
I feel
So
gypped.
you all step down this staircase. There are crates nestled against it. There's a couple lanterns lighting the way down another set of stairs that kind of go down before it turns off into another hallway. It is quiet down here, but we will continue next time, I suppose.
I suppose. Wait. Maybe I should.
Alright.
I'm going to roll persuasion to see if I can get Maje to keep going. It's 21, Maje. Come on.
Well, your DC was a good old 40, so...
Damn it!
Nope.
Damn.
I'm going to roll intimidation.
Memory?
22!
That would be a good old 25. It's a little easier to intimidate me.
Damn it.
But you failed. Fuck you.
Fucking.
All right.
I'm going to say sleight of hand to hijack this game.
Nope.
Damn it.
Denied. All right.
Good job, Maje. I liked it.
Flip the switch.
No, I'm going to parkour to get in the way.
You can't parkour.
Shit!
You apparently cannot.
you parkours to try and block the switch.
The dice
and
have
it
not
just
liked
falls flat
Ed
on
tonight.
his face.
Fucking Critical fail. Goddamn.
I'm so sad.
Alright, that's enough for me for one night. I gotta get going. Good
Hope you
session.
had fun, Sorum.
It was fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing it again next Saturday or every other Saturday?
Every other Saturday was the plan.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
How about tomorrow?
No.
Damn it!
I do have one question before I go
Yes,
though. Who's the name of
absolutely.
the bar again?
The bar?
Yeah, the
It
one we just
was
The
Are
Hook
you
and
just-
Nook?
the. Oh, no.
Twisted
where-
Nook?
Sailor's
Twisted
Respite?
Nook.
Oh, sorry, this one.
This is the Twisted Nook. The Sailor's Respite was the bar you all met.
we met at what was it?
The Sailor's Respite.
Heroes.
Met at Sailor's.
Say, I've got it all. I was taking notes through it all.
Got notes too.
I should have been taking more thorough notes. I got a couple things written down. I'm going to probably detail them out after we're done, though.
Just
I'm pretty sure I wrote the name down wrong, but wasn't the guy who gave us our mission Von Dale Stout Ale?
Yes, that was correct.
I got,
Okay,
I got
I
Mondale.
don't know how to spell that.
I can put it in the chat.
Mondale.
I just spelled it like. Maybe I misheard, but.
Vondale. Vondale. Stout ale.
I will be going now. Everybody
Alright.
have a good night. Thanks
That's
for
our.
Nice
And
one.
stuff.
Oh, damn, I was close.
You were close, yeah.
You just didn't need space. You'd be good. Well, yeah. Well, I hope you all had fun. I hope you didn't have a bad time.
No, I want
I
more.
had fun.
I'm getting mad that I'm not still playing.
Didn't even play.
He's okay.
Yeah, this is fun.
Everybody did a good job, I think.
Mm.
Except for me.
Well,
It's
the
okay.
dice did not like you today, but you did fine.
I mean, I only like rolled like one or two things, so it's like, you know.
It's
I
fine.
think everyone kind of had a touch of bad luck, so.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
level 1 as well, so we kind
It's
of
the curse of level 1.
we're kind of tripping over our own feet a little bit.
Yeah. It's how it is.
My luck wasn't nearly as bad as Vile's, though.
He got
Oh,
pretty
boy.
much.
Man, I thought I really had like a good thing going there too, with like looking for the bathroom. I don't have a weapon.
You
I
did.
gotta.
You had a good plan.
You might want to maybe use the roll 20.
It was just a difficult matter of like, fucking, with that guy just standing guard right there. It's a bit hard to get past him.
Well, think about
It's
it
there.
like this. Your a failed attempt brought that guy out into an argument, and it allowed the success of the mission overall.
Oh yeah, like,
This is true.
I am not upset at all over it.
Because I don't think I could have talked my way past both of those guys back to back.
Oh, you might have.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's kind of what Lyle's good at. That's about all he's good at. So.
So do we
I
just
mean, with
like
your
exit
plus
the
7
game?
to
Or...
Yeah,
deception.
you can just exit. It'll save everything.
Okay.
Everything being exactly where it left it.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
I forgot for a second I was recording this, so I could stop recording now.
Oh, you were? Good.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Oh, and it also closes.
Maybe-
I had my character sheet.
Next time I'll try and get it set up so that we're actually getting picture, but I at least got, the sound.
Yeah. Okay. If you could send that to me, I'd appreciate it.
Sure.
Or if you're gonna put it up somewhere.
I might put it on YouTube,
Okay.
so.
Neat.
But-
What you do is you use the next 2 weeks and you just like animate it, like really shittily.
I wish that I had thought about recording it sooner, because then I could have tried to set it up so I could get the map and everything, but I thought of it like when we were starting, so it's like I kind of actually missed your opening narration describing the world, but I got to like when we first started, when we set the stage at Otto's place.
That's okay. This is the very start.
And so because I didn't have time to really prepare it because of that, then I just said fuck it and I hit record and it's got what we got. Next time though, it'll be cool.
Next time.
Yeah.
All right. Bye YouTube.